to another live stream here on the Twitch.tv/the Xisuma, playing on Hermitcraft, working on the art gallery, and getting pretty hyped about the project. Getting pretty hyped. Yo, End of Void Wolf, Decana Heaven, welcome to the stream. Bananas in the chitty chat right there. God, I love this music. I was about to say, I think the game's gonna crash again. Again? Yeah, it crashed on me earlier. Dude, was that Zoom like laggy? No. No, it wasn't. Yo, Billman68, good to see you, my dude. Expelled Winter, welcome, welcome. We gotta put all these paintings in today. What's that? That's my test image. Yo, End of Void Wolf, my dude, thank you so much for 37 months. I appreciate it greatly. I hope you're enjoying the stream. Things are coming together around here, you know. X, go and give it to you. Yeah, with my lyrical boxing. Yo, Great Pixie. B-double-O. SM Delay. Cimarran. I'm trying to pick out names that are easy to read, and I'm just getting all the wrong ones. Free piglets in a coat. Love to see you again. Check this out. I was looking at this and thinking that we should replace this with like art gallery and maybe an actual picture of the art gallery and stuff. Like I could replace that image. What do you think? Chuffed a bit says, hi X, just saw you on LPM4. Yeah, I was on there. I'm prepping for a stream I'm going to do tomorrow morning. It's going to be really cool, by the way. We're going to go to a data pack enhanced Nether. Not modded, just data pack. I'm seeing the need for like lights and little details and stuff. There was something I thought could do the trick. We're gonna get nowhere if I'm trying to multitask. So if I'm trying to chat with chat and do building, we're just gonna, it's just gonna be like this, you know. It's just gonna, you're gonna be like, what is he talking about? Jumping all over the place. Then we got the noises in the air. We got Funky Capybara 1 for 6 months. Thank you, my dude. Rusty Stone here for 30. And Chuffed a Bits for 4 months. And, you know, we've got subscribers coming in. We were talking about doing an LPM4 stream tomorrow. I'm going to be streaming in the morning. And I'm going to be checking out the data pack enhanced Nether. It's got custom structures and biomes. It's going to be super exciting. And there's been loads of amazing building progress over on that server. And if you're a subscriber here, you can play on that server. So any type of subscription, if you want to know more about it, ask in the chat. Anyone going to watch Eurovision? Says Karen Kate. Not me. I never watch Eurovision. But I did watch a little bit of the FA Cup. And thank goodness, Man City didn't win. Woohoo! Stoked to see another club win a trophy. Let's see. So chains was one of the things I was thinking of here. We've seen that get used before. And then trapdoors, right? But you got to power them. So I'm going to grab some levers as well. Hey, boo-boo, I was bored. Lol, says Blooming. Yeah, so you solved your boredom by typing boo-boo in chat. Wow. Yeah, I feel like I... You know, I kind of feel like I might... Yeah, so anyway, right. Let's get to it then. So this little space here, why is there concrete there? Wow. We may never know the answer to that. So if I do a little something like this, then we could put a little grill every now and then, which I think would just feel right. This is the level of dedication that we go to, people. Just a little girl there. Yeah, it just takes away... Do you know what? I was thinking this room is dark. It's because it's daytime now. It doesn't feel as dark. So figuring out where all of these lights are going to go is going to be a bit awkward too. Actually, maybe not. You sort of got to put them away from where the paintings are, right? But if I put like a little lone thing like this just here, it's going to feel like a bit... Yeah, it's just on its own. How can we put in a light source every now and then that feels more like it's part of the furniture? Maybe if we made it look like it was part of the furniture. Ellie Miku, my first day on TLM4. Do you mean let's play Minecraft together? And you got your head chopped off. It was lovely. Oh, what a beautiful community we got over there. Chopping heads, all that stuff. We love it. Ace Games, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I think we need some quartz over here. This music is so gorgeous. So isn't quartz pillar a thing? Or am I... No, quartz pillar isn't a thing, is it? Oh my god, chat. I'm going mad! What's the whitest wall block that we have? Is it just dirt, right? Dude, there should totally be quartz walls. That'd be amazing. It's hard to say the word amazing without hearing gem. That's like, it's such a perfect little soundbite. Quartz pillar? Oh, quartz pillar is. Wait. No, I said wall. I said wall. I didn't say pillar. It is a thing. Throw it in the stone cutter. Okay. There's definitely not a wall block there. So chat's trolling me once there. It's not you old bunch of filthy trolls. No way I said pillar, I said wall. Don't you even start. I'm not in the mood. No, I didn't say pillar. Y'all are having the, what's it, the Mandela effect. That's what you're having. You're having the effect of a Mandela. Give me a break, chat. Just let me off once in a while, okay? I'm getting old. My brain doesn't work. I hate it. Just play along. Be nice. Come on. Poor old X turns up and streams for you. Just play along. It'll go a long way to making me feel better inside. Oh, more dirt faces. Thanks. My spirits are soaring. Yeah, I'm looking for like another block combo that I feel like would be a cool little thing that would fit the room, but kind of allow you to put a light on top in a subtle way. Kind of wonder if the grindstone would, like it's maybe an anvil. Like we've used this sort of color before, so we could kind of have that color again, but oh, that is a hot cup of tea, by the way. On a hot day. Not a regular combo. Yo, Decana Heaven, thank you for gifting a sub to Maddie5957. We always appreciate a gifted sub around here. Thank you for doing that. Maddie, enjoy the gifted sub. And all the perks. Pale oak. Oh, we're thinking about wood now. We're thinking about wood. Like, that is the closest thing we got to a wall block, right? I totally said wall, not pillar. I mean, I said it in my head. That's a really good fit. It still might just look a little bit pointless, if that makes sense. I don't know. We can try. I should probably grab my axe. I got a feeling I'm going to use my axe a lot today. You're sick with a disease. Anyone have any tips how you can mentally make yourself feel better? Right, there's this saying called to worry is to suffer twice, right? Now, usually that applies to things that haven't happened yet. But if you've got a diagnosis like that, you got some sort of disease, it's a hard thing for someone like me to give you something of value, because I haven't been through something like that myself. And I can imagine it must be extremely difficult and trying. But the thing is, the thing I think, the place my mind would go to would be, there's it sounds a little bit grim, but like there's always someone worse off, right? Like you can always imagine the same scenario you're in right now, but it's worse. And if you imagine being worse, you would then look at what you've got that's different, and you would be grateful to have it. So hopefully, I mean, I don't know if that kind of thinking works for everyone, but if it can bring you a little something, if that kind of works, because kind of fits alongside that, right? But I think I'll move it over by one so it's less in the corner. Yeah, that's where my mind's going thinking about this. It's like you gotta look at like everything is a blessing. Lots of us are out here with our health. We live in safe environments, we've got food, we've got all this stuff to be grateful for, and we sometimes maybe go along taking it for granted a little bit. But as you take those things away, there's still things there that are worth being grateful for. So I don't know what this disease means for you. If it means you have less time or less mobility, but like be grateful for the mobility, the time that you do have, and make more of it. Sometimes people who get sick and or have some sort of debilitating thing happen to them sometimes they make more out of their lives. It wakes them up, because a lot of us are like in a kind of day-to-day going on as if things will be like this forever, right? And it might not be. But there's no way I could say if that would be the case for you, right? Like, these are just ideas. If any of them resonate with you, like, grab them and see where they go. Orias says, being chronically ill, it's important to find things that make you happy, no matter how small. Ace Games says, I could use some good mental health at the moment. Wish I had some of that to go around. Mental health is something you gotta keep an eye on. You gotta work on it. It's not gonna find you. You gotta put in time and effort, in my experience, to work with that stuff. This area is a little bit gloomy. I wonder if a couple of lights over here. Actually, I say that it's right next to the light from there, so that's probably not the correct spot to put them. I could kind of do with it being a little darker in here. I think what we need is decorative pots and leaves as we walk around, just to kind of fill out the spaces where they're going to go. And I didn't pick those things up. And... oh no, they're in there. I thought they were in a black one for some reason. Okay. Okay, let's do that. These are some real serious streams, real topics, says Bazil. Real topics. Oh yeah. Now yeah, we get a little serious every now and then. Now that one's there, actually throws this area into a bit more balance, I think. I kind of like that. And then you got some greenery here, and then we'll probably sort of pick these things back up in this area. Now here's a spot where you could definitely see us having one of these again. It's quite nice. But I feel like it probably needs to have itself against a wall. How do I get X as my life coach? You know, when I stream, some people are like, hey, you should do a podcast. You know, I'm not a life coach. That's not me. I'm just this guy saying this stuff right here. But this is it. If you want a question answered, like, ask it here. This is how we do it. I stream, and sometimes we get into these spaces where we talk about this stuff. And I hope it like brings you some value. So if you think it will, you know, I take questions, I guess. You do enjoy the Xisuma POV and some stuff. Sometimes let me rethink the way I preserve the world. We should all be able to like rethink our thoughts, you know, at times. I think being too rigid about what you believe in is, you know, probably not good. You like to write, watch your streams and write about your emotions. That's awesome, my dude. Yeah, let it out. Get it out some way, express it. That's good for you. Well, what happened there? Did it fall over, or was I just looking at the other screen? A wonky looking plant. Yo, Yellow Harold, welcome to the stream. New Linkin Park album. I don't listen to Linkin Park. Have they got another new album out? Because that last one was pretty hard to listen to. What was it called? I remember Spotify just being so aggressive with pushing it. Trying to remember the name of it, it's just not coming to me, which is, yeah, about as much as I expect in my brain these days. I don't want to put that one like in the corner. Have it there. Alright, this feels like a spot for a light. Hopefully you can upload more Xisuma Says videos, says Quaz. I feel like that stuff's run its course. And for me, well, I kind of want to come back to that because there's an interesting message here. Let's stay on topic. So, can I upload more Xisuma Says videos? You know, Xisuma Says was kind of like having its little moment, and it was in the middle of a time where, as a content creator, I was having a fair amount of success, and I was listening to a lot of like podcasts about making more and creating more and being successful, and I was really sort of in that mindset of like making more and doing more online. And then over the years, my appetite for that has shifted. I think I suffered from something called content brain, where all of a sudden, like, your mind is constantly on making content. I've also become rather fatigued with the YouTube format itself. I don't consume as much YouTube anymore. I kind of felt like you see creators end up on a content making treadmill, and sometimes that can kind of pull the charm out of doing this whole thing, right? So I've sort of recoiled back from that, and my plan initially was to make the videos on that channel more thought out, more scripted, written about, maybe researched. But as I've recoiled from that a little bit, it hasn't really happened. I haven't had as much desire. Now when I get this little talky voice in my head that wants to speak out to the world about stuff, I'm just going to leave it for when we're streaming. Get stuff off my chest, have a little chat with y'all, and that feels kind of good, you know? But I'm realizing that online there's so many talking heads now, and it's getting a little bit kind of nauseating once you sort of see that pattern. And I just kind of feel like I could wage in on all sorts of topics, right? And give you my thoughts and opinions, but I think it's easy to think you've got the best, well, not the best, but, you know, you've got something to offer. And I think what we need in the world right now is actually more sort of like deep dive journalism. We need more people really looking into stuff and talking when they really know what they're talking about. Even though I think I've got some good intentions and the right direction, and I'll say stuff and point out my ignorances along the way or whatever, but like, there's so many talking heads online now, and it's so reactionary. Thing happens, people start barking on about it, and we've got less of an environment where I think people really take the care and time to figure stuff out and then talk about it. And so because of that, I've just not felt the same sort of impetus. Now, if something like really big happened that was perhaps close to me or something I knew a lot about, then maybe I'd wage in and be like, now's the time to talk. But I don't feel like that's happened. I am, by the way, just wandering around and kind of looking to see if there's any spots that feel like we missed something. If anything, I think we might have overdone the bushes in this area. I'm going to take this one out. Feels like there's maybe one too many, like this one here, perhaps. Or maybe we'll just take away this one. It feels a little nicer now, yeah. I think I can go with that. Breaks are definitely necessary with making content. It should be really considered normal for content creators to take breaks. It definitely should, but I think if you put yourself into our position, there is a very strong magnetic pull from YouTube to continuously make content. It's a hard thing to get away from. Yeah, we got the legendary, the one, the only Maceschools here, 122 months with the Evil X in the chat. How you doing, my dude? Hope all is well. Hope all is good. Can a frog light be placed over a brewing stand? That could probably make a cool little light. I feel like this big carpet should probably actually come all the way across. I'll bring it across a little bit more. Sometimes I'm sad about the stream talks because I feel like a direct conversation would get so much more out of your thoughts, as chat conversations tend to be so fast and slow at the same time, as you are sometimes already in the next topic when people be still typing the last one. I would also love a Discord discussion around sometimes. Decanter, I think if you write like a, I guess I can't particularly address the desire for more back and forth, right? But like what you're saying is right. Like if you want that, there's something missing. But at the same time, if you like think about how you can shape your questions differently, then you might get more out of this like back and forth that we're having. YouTube's algorithm really punishes creator because of low uploading rates, says SM Delay. You see, I don't see it that way. I don't think it's like YouTube punishes you. I feel like the algorithm is... people tend to think like the algorithm is YouTube sort of pulling the strings and pushing content. And I think it's more a reflection of what people want. And because it's optimized for engagement, sometimes what people want is like a lot of negativity. So there can be negative outcomes. But, you know, if I look at my content and look at different periods of it where views were higher or lower, and if I try and blame the YouTube algorithm, it's such a cop for me to go like, oh, my views are low because of the algorithm. Yet there were times where my views were high, you know, and I wasn't blaming the algorithm then. I think the algorithm is more of a reflection of what people are consuming, and sometimes what you're doing just falls out of trend or isn't quite the thing anymore, right? And it's a lot easier to sort of blame an algorithm than it is to just look at your own content and be like, maybe this just isn't what people want right now. It's a lot harder to do that second one, right? That works out nicely, doesn't it? The amount of times you've deleted messages because the conversation had moved on, sadness. Yeah, I would say just try and frame your messages in a way where I can jump back in. That would be the best way to do this, right? People personify the algorithm too much when in reality that's what it is, an algorithm, math and data based on what people interact with. Yeah. And, as you said, what people interact with, people influence that algorithm. It's about what people want to watch, you know? You've seen that happen before with some, even myself. When I did still stream and make content, it can really pull you in. Like, there's even an anxiety if you don't do it often. Yep. Yep, so these are the things, right? Like, you go a certain period of time without creating, and then you start to feel like you need to deliver something to your audience. Now, where that pressure originates from, we can speculate, you know, we can discuss, but it's there. It comes from somewhere, and it's the environment that you're in as a YouTuber, as a streamer, as a content creator. For me, with streaming, it's quite therapeutic just to sit here and chill and do something simple and have a chat with y'all or play a puzzle game, so I feel like it's quite a positive thing when I want to stream these days. Whereas with video and content creating on YouTube, I've lost the drive for it big time. Like, every now and then I'll have an idea for like something that could be a short, and then I just kind of lose interest very quickly when I'm like, is this what I want to do for the next few hours? And it's like, maybe not. I feel like we could probably take Joel's green carpet here and do something with it. I think for now, I'll leave it like this, but I'm gonna go around and like integrate everyone into this space eventually is the idea. And remove those dang torches. Those pesky, pesky torches. Oh, look at them lighting stuff up. You know what we need? And do you know what I've got? I've got my hotkeys. Mini HUDs. Are light levels on? They are on now. Ah, that's why we need it. That's why we need something right here. I don't know how I'm going to put something in this space. So I guess I'll throw the torch there for now. But we've got to keep an eye out for that stuff. Still got some more carpets, that's good. We love Xisuma streams. That was an amazing stream, wasn't it? Did you continue get yoked or did you leave it be? I left it be. Like I think that game is obviously comical and humorous, and I actually think you could probably take the concept and get a little further along with it. You know, I really think it could be quite fun because the card system was pretty decent for what seemed like a jokey kind of game, right? But with those kind of games, I'm really interested in them, but I'm looking for the ones that seem to like unlock something a little extra, if that makes sense. Like they go somewhere where the other deck building games haven't quite gone, and that one, it didn't quite go there, so I didn't really feel like a pull to play it any further. When I play games, I'm thinking quite a lot of the time from like a game design perspective. I'm very interested in the mechanics behind games that make them fun, and I like seek out new ones, you know. Drink your tea, SM Delay, I'll do that, yeah, sure. Let's drink the tea. Vesk says, you're definitely one of my favorite podcasts when you're talking about stuff. Thanks, man, I appreciate that. Oh, and I was hanging out like here the other day, see, and I couldn't believe it. A creeper dropped down onto this area. There are just some subtle little places around here where we gotta find where they spawn and block them. Now for this bit here, I reckon the way you do it involves putting a light source just here. Like illuminating the water. But then you're gonna end up with, where is it again? I mean, we've got that torch there right now. Oh, we could put them in this. There's like some dead space here. Okay, well, we can do that nice and easy. This is one of those ones though where I think you want to go for a lower light source. So maybe even a redstone torch would work here. And I gotta go get more white wool, right? Okay, I think it's inventory cleanup time. Yay! It's everybody's favorite. It's inventory cleanup time. Okay, that's gonna go in here. So is that and this. You go in there. Got to think about it. Got to use my brain power. Oh god, thinking. What a horrible thing. Which one's this one here? That'll go in there. Levers going here. Junk can go in there. See, I got a method. Yeah, we'll put those things in. Cool, cool. Keep the torches for now, though. We need to go get some carpet. Inventory management is my passion. Beef. Where did that quote come from? It's hilarious. Oh, that's so recent, that one as well. You're getting traumatic flashbacks from Buff Xisuma. Oh, is that what you called my guy? Is that what you called my guy? Dude, that guy was just absolutely ridiculous. So silly. If you want to get me talking, that's something I could talk about. Yo, add JBZ. Thank you ever so much for 7 months. Logging back into LPM4. Love to see it, my dude. Love to see it. Yeah, enjoy your subscription. Enjoy playing on there. The community's been really like active and strong since we've made this change. It's really nice to see. And there's so much beautiful stuff going on the server that we're going to show off tomorrow as well. And we're playing some UHCs together as well. We played one just last week. Or earlier, was it Monday even? And I'm looking forward to playing them on a regular basis, actually. I've really missed UHCs. They're a lot of fun. Where am I going? Where am I going? Use your noggin, you fool. Calling myself a fool again. Oh, dear. I think it's based on those graphic design is my passion shirts. Oh, I'm not sure I've seen those. Yo, look at the nether. It's practically black. Every time I come in here, it gets darker. It is like, what is going on here? It's absolutely redonkulous, I tell you. Ugh. Just landed. Oh. Is there a date for the next UHC? It'll be next month. But I'd really like to do that on a regular basis. You know, like once a month we have a UHC together. Get lots of people playing, have some... I was going to say big teams, but actually I think like... what makes a UHC good is having teams of 3 or 4, but lots of teams. Lots of teams. Right, that'll probably give us an inventory problem. Let's put it in here actually. Some of that can go in there, some of it can go in here. It's gonna fill it all up, isn't it? Oh my god. Well, I was gonna say we'll live with it, but it's probably too much, so we'll put some back. Millie, thank you for asking. I am doing good today. Very nice day I've had. I should have flown here. Why'd I go through the nether? It's so easy to get over here, right? Yeah, something I wanted to talk about. I did touch on it a little bit in the Get Yoked stream, but then the comedy kind of took us away a bit. But how many of you are exposed to like fitness culture online? Because as someone who's into fitness and stuff, I feel like the fitness influencing space is kind of ripe with not so great influencers. I don't know quite what the word is, but there's a lot of content in that space that I think can be detrimental, especially for like people kind of like what do we call it when you compare yourselves to other people in terms of like body standards and stuff like that. Oh, why have I dug down an extra 1 here? Body image standards and things like that. Are any of you exposed to this space online? Because, you know, we algorithmically have different experiences online. We get locked into different types of content and exposed to different things. Right, people can be quite interesting in the fitness space. Interesting? There's interesting people in it. You're thankfully in a lot of the healthier spaces. Yeah. It's hard to like. There's parts of it that are good. There is good advice you can find in this space, but there's some very problematic stuff going on as well, and it revolves around young fitness influencers who are like showing off their physiques and they're taking steroids, which the game we played is about, right? And, you know, when that stuff is handled comically, that's what it is. It's a little bit of comedy, right? But in an environment like social media where people tend to compare themselves, whether they know it or not, you know, like if you're gonna look at images of people all day long on your social media feeds, then that's gonna do something in your head, right? Like you're gonna get a particular picture of the world or the people in it, and we all know that this stuff can select for a certain type of person or whatever. So it shapes your world, your online feed. If you're into this, if you're scrolling TikTok or Instagram or whatever, yo, that was the way to do it. Iron trapdoors. Let's go change that. That's much better. Means I've got to change the light source as well. You're sort of shaping your worldview, but when you go outside and interact with the people in your local neighborhood, I mean, that's far more representative of your actual experience. So you've got a lot of young people that are seeing fitness influencers online, and they want to, you know, get really big bodies and stuff, and kind of not realizing that these people are taking steroids, and there's an epidemic that's unfolding. And I feel like it's going to be the kind of thing that will just be like a documentary in the future, and people will just know that, like, yeah, there was this period in time where lots of young people in fitness started dropping dead early because of all the steroids that they were taking, right? Because it's going to be like a slow and silent thing that happens. Yeah, and so I just worry, you know, we had a little bit of fun with that game, but I worry, like, if some of y'all out there are into this fitness stuff, I hope. What am I doing here? Like, I'm very bad at multitasking, and waffling about this is just making me get all the other stuff in the inventory wrong. Right, now I've got the right things here. Yeah, your online feed is mostly Hermitcraft or Life Series, Refs, or Crime. Crime? Dang. Yeah, I've also seen people making content who hate on those who are new to fitness. Getting into fitness is quite annoying. Oh man, yeah, I've seen some of that stuff too. It's really sad. It's really, I can't stand watching a video of someone like mocking someone in the gym. That really rubs me the wrong way. I don't think anyone has the right to judge someone for going to the gym, you know? I'm a kind of like encouragement in my mind person. Like, if I see someone in the gym who, you know, clearly is like new to it, or is trying to turn their life around or whatever, make a change for themselves, like, I would want to encourage that. I can't stand how some people are judgmental and then share that judgmentality online. Like, one of the things about TikTok and this constant sharing of opinions that comes out of that space is, like, do people realize when they talk about other people, they're saying a lot about themselves at the same time? Because it feels like sometimes they're not really aware of that. Expelled Winter says, it's very sad. Everyone has to start somewhere. Yeah, and like the fact that you're there in the gym is great as well. Like, if you're just starting, there's nothing wrong about being new to it. There was recently a girl saying fat people shouldn't be allowed to do Pilates of all things. Why you gotta say it? Why you gotta say something like that? It's like complete nonsense. It honestly, like, something like that makes the person saying it look kind of terrible, in my opinion. You didn't place that concrete near the waterfall, says Miss Snowy. Dear Lord, I didn't, did I? Okay, let's go fix that. Thank you. I find it worrying that it's becoming normal to record people in public and post it online. Yeah, that is concerning. I haven't encountered anything like that IRL, but then I'm pretty much an actual hermit, so not really going to encounter that, I don't think. What do we want to do here? We want to figure out that layout. You hate the recording in the gym thing. Yeah, that's kind of sad as well. Like if you want to record yourself in the gym, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but then being upset at other people when you're recording doesn't go well. It's like you got to respect the fact that the gym isn't made for recording, right? Like that is just a new thing that's happening in the gym. There's going to be a layout here that we can repeat across the rooms. We've got to figure that out. That's our next little puzzle. Let's go ahead and use the lamps since they are gonna be representative. We've got to measure the rooms a little bit as well, but I want to do something interesting where we can take these shapes and sort of fit them together in an interesting way. The only gym nearby is on the other side of a bus stop, and from there you can see everybody inside exercising. I'd like to start working out, but that ain't it. Do you mean you don't want to work out where people can see you working out? I mean, that's one of the things about going to a public gym, is that you're just going to be, you know, with other people and sharing that space together. That's why you got to respect that, you know, recording isn't what some people aren't there to be recorded, right? And it's not primarily a place for people to record. Oh, it's 2 by 1 the other way. These are, oh, wait, I should have been able to tell just by looking at the pixels here, right? They actually give away the dimensions a little bit. Right, so a 4 by 4, 3, and a 2. Oh, Pearl's over there. 1, 2. Yo, this place is shallow. I didn't know. Oh, gonna have to move all up. Where are our big paintings gonna go? I don't want them touching the ground. We got like 4 of those. Can I put them somewhere else? I don't think so. That feels so wrong to have them touch the ground or the ceiling, right? I'm not allowed to go to the gym alone because my aunt gets worried about harassment. Most of my workouts consist of wrangling my obese cat. I mean, yeah, that's like an experience that I wouldn't have, right? So I don't know too much what to say about it, but it's like, it's not great that you can be treated that way in those kind of spaces. I'd like to think it's better today than in the past. I like to think we're continuing that upwards trajectory, but especially today, you got a lot of guys juicing up, getting their testosterone above normal levels and stuff. It can be, I can imagine that can be pretty uncomfortable. Is this Craig Culver's music from a particular game? Yeah, it's from one of my favorite games ever. But, you know, I always have to look it up for some reason. The Isles of Sea and Sky. That's the name of it. It's such an awesome game. I just love being reminded of it, really. I remember having a shoulder injury, so used swimming in the meantime, and a creepy guy kept watching me under the water. I had to go somewhere else after that. Yeah, that is not cool, right? Again, it's something you women have to put up with, and a lot of us guys don't ever experience something like that. Heart Gamer says, I've been nervous about going to the gym alone, so I was going with my sibling. But this last Tuesday, I went by myself, and thankfully it was just me and a couple of ladies. Awesome, awesome. I hope you enjoy your time there. The gym is a great place. I mean, I have a home gym, so I do all my gym stuff alone, which I actually really like. I mean, of the times I've been to gyms, like there's never really been anything bad about it. I find that time so like personal, and I want to experience it by myself most of the time, is how I feel. Just focus on yourself, you know, and what you're doing. Yeah, I'm losing track of conversation because I'm trying to juggle. Right, 4-3-2, and then the 2-1 needs to be flipped. So 4-3-2, and then our 2-1. That's such a cool little layout, but now we have to change it. Ugh. And now it won't feel like it fits. Although, I think I was going to slim the wall by 1 more. So if I did that... However, you don't want that thing to feel too cornered over there. That looks kind of weird. What if it were up there? Something like that for a layout. Actually, you can make a face with it. I could, yeah. Oh, there's also a 4x2. I'm missing a 4x2 in this area. Interesting. That's going to make... Okay. Okay, so the ones, I think, have to go, like, here. And then we got that 4x2. So we got a 2 like that and a 4x2. Let's go get that dimension correct again. It's 4 across and 2. Yo, we're going to struggle to fit this stuff in, actually, I think. Because although it looks like that could go there, the thing is, like, look at where the wall ends, right? I think we're gonna need to bring this back like that. So it's 4 blocks there. This music's so good. I reckon I could see that working. Then this side things get a bit squashed, so the other thing is I could go and take all the 2x1s out and put them somewhere else. There is actually a little bit of space on the back wall in each corner, right? Like boom boom. Yeah, and then boom boom. I said a boom boom boom. And let me hear you say ayo, ayo. When was the last time I heard that song? Jeez. Or maybe just like this. You like the music? The music's amazing. Is what it is. It's been years since you heard that song. It's a bit of a throwback, wasn't it? Right, I think we're looking at something like that. I could actually put the... I could put the lamps into the wall in this... Oh, no, actually it wouldn't... Well, no, I could, because I could just have the same thing on the opposite side. Interesting. I hadn't thought about doing that. It's not what I'm going to do. Not for the final product. Okay, so I need to look at this space like that's the end of it. So if we do that, and then pull that 3 over by 1, I think we've got it. Didn't I say earlier, like, or when I say earlier, I mean, didn't I say in a previous stream that I am just gonna, like, totally overdo the whole where does everything go, and then end up having to put it into some sort of grid? Because I know how my brain works. I just know that's what we're gonna end up doing. It's so silly. Bear says, "Hello, gamers!" Oh, we love it. Squeaky voice Bear. Bear, weren't you here earlier? Or am I just thinking because I... Ooh, someone's been putting these in the caves. I'll take them back. Thank you. Trade them in for torches. Why not? I think it's because Bear was in the meeting earlier, perhaps. Bear is on helium again. That is true. Alright, chat. What do you want me to talk about? You just got one ridiculous waffle out of me. I went on and on and on. I'm sorry. Taxes! My favourite topic! Oh gosh. Now last time we talked about taxes, people got way too excited, so we put that one on the old restricted list. I mean, taxes. Here's something that goes around in my head about taxes. When I listen to people talk about big government or government spending and reducing it or whatever, right? Like, and then people will moan about taxes as well. Like, there's stuff in society that we always take for granted. Like, you know, turning on the lights, that works. Turn on the tap, oh yeah, water comes out. How does that happen? Who knows? You know, your toilet flushes. the bin men turn up and take out the trash. You know, the roads get repaved. There's roads to begin with. Like, there's all this stuff that government does, and it comes from our taxes. Yeah, I feel like taxes we get. Oh god, I've got to pay tax, right? And like, there's a lot of conversation around taxing wealthy people, mostly the wealthiest people. And I often wondered, like, I could, if I wanted to, choose to pay more tax, right? And if I believe that government spending money and stuff is good on public services, like, why do I not volunteer to go and pay more taxes? I don't think anyone does that, right? I've never heard of someone talking about how they pay more tax or whatever. So why is it that we have that reputation, or like that relationship with the taxman and the government, when the government uses tax money to do tons of good things in the area around us? Like, what is like going on? It intrigues me because we have all of these strange relationships with things that are normative, and sometimes when you look at them closely, and you can be like, is that the way we should feel about that? Because one of the really interesting examples I like is the speed limit. You have a speed limit of like 70 miles an hour. And if we reduce this down, you know, to 50 or 40 or something, like, we would save lives. But then other things like economics and stuff wouldn't move as fast, and productivity might go down. But anyway, we just enter into this relationship where we accept the fact that we have cars, they go at 70 miles an hour, and the safety of that is relative, and thousands of people die every year to, you know, road accidents and stuff. But like, we're unable to grasp with that sort of scale and numbers, so we don't hold them in like direct correlation with other things. So some people are really like scared of flying, but they'll be happy going into a car. And because we've got statistics about flying and about going into cars, we can think about it in a different way. So it's like, if we could think about taxes like that, sort of see the good that they do in the world around you directly, like, then you might like think differently about paying taxes. I don't know, but that's what's weird about being a human, is that we have these norms, we have these ideas about things, and sometimes, like, when you examine them, they don't quite like line up. Taxes was supposed to be used for repairs in my area, then poof, money gone, says Lucky Tiger Kitten. Yeah, taxes can be squandered. It can be spent poorly, it can be spent well, it can be treated and like used in a variety of different ways, right? And because we have a propensity for negativity as humans, I think we'll remember far more negative stories about taxation than positive ones, right? So, but like, what's the reality? Where's the data? Like, it's hard to quantify this stuff. I would happily pay more tax for better public services, says Lisa Baker. I feel like I would as well, but then there's like this fear of like, okay, I'm handing that money over to the government now, and are they gonna do this wisely? Is this gonna work? Because we've all heard stories, like I was saying, negativity and stuff. We've heard stories of these things failing and whatnot, but that's kind of what I'm getting at. We always have to grapple with like obscurity and like distance from the reality, and a lot of that can be influenced by the old talking heads as well, you know, and who's paying them? Dang. I mean, I think both things can be true. I hate paying taxes, but I'm also more than happy to pay taxes. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. Like, I don't like paying it, but then, you know, I don't make a fuss out of paying taxes, really. Like, I'm just like, I accept it, and it's probably doing good. I think if you are hurting a bit more, you know, it might be frustrating to pay taxes, but I can't remember what my attitude was when I was younger. I think when I was younger, it was a lot more invisible because it was automatically taken out of my paycheck. And then when I became like self-employed, then you had to visibly see the numbers move away. But I don't really remember having much of an opinion on it when I was younger. I always like to think back to like when I was young because I was such an idiot. It's like interesting to see how your views and stuff can change. Chimera says, I'm fine with taxes, but here we pay some extra taxes just from being autonomous workers. That you pay extra taxes from being... What do you mean by that? Autonomous worker would be like an AI system, wouldn't it? It's almost 50% of income after everyone's taken their cut, says Chimera. I know in Sweden that you pay up to like 70% in taxes. Now, it sounds crazy, but then hopefully you would see like certain things in your environment would have a higher standard, right? So like if you went to a place where you only paid like 5% tax, you wouldn't be surprised to, you know, have poor road services, poor public services, etc. So is it like reflected in the world around you? Do you feel like things are stable and there's good infrastructure and whatnot, right? Depending on what you know about countries like Norway and Sweden, maybe Switzerland as well, like, I think those are countries that have a pretty good reputation for the old sort of living standard and the amount of tax that you pay. You think more people would pay tax more willingly if the items used from the taxes were more effective, like the police and such? Yeah, I think if we could visibly see that, if we could see the effectiveness of it, I actually I get a statement for the local council tax, and I'm always happy to pay it. Like, I don't know if you even have a choice, right? Like, it's taxes, you pay them, but they have a little write-up on like what the local police force have been doing and stuff, and they had some statistics and stuff in there one time, and I actually like took it out and looked at it and read it a bit, and I was like, this is kind of interesting, you know, what's going on here. But then I was reminded that like when you have statistics and crime, there's this negative thing that can happen inside policing where you have a sort of statistics-oriented system, and then it incentivizes more arrests and more misdemeanors, more small crimes where you could usually look the other way because it's a petty thing, and it's more it's more inconvenience to people and hassle to like enforce than it is to, you know, look the other way or whatever. So then if you do policing through statistics, then all of a sudden like the law can be bent a little bit and trying to arrest people to get the numbers up. I think this was like I think this was a thing in the TV show The Wire, which is just like one of the best TV shows ever, right? I think that was a thing in that show that they used one of the seasons to kind of put a light on that stuff. I could be mistaken. It's definitely been in a TV show before though, that kind of thing, because, you know, sometimes we use shows and movies to put a highlight on that stuff. If there is a statistic, people are bound to optimize it on it until the statistics become useless. What are we saying? Like, is it me or is this room a little bit smaller down here? Are we saying that it sort of sounds like you're saying a good thing, that if we optimize statistics, we'll eventually get to a point where we don't need the statistics because of how well we've optimized them. Stats-based management always breeds ways to game the system. Yeah, well said. Gaming the system. That's it, isn't it, right? We're talking about the system being gamed, which is a problem. But yeah, maybe in the very beginning when you're starting with 0, maybe from there it can be like a good thing to introduce stats, but then at some point maybe those statistics can have a negative feedback loop. It's not easy to find a good way to taxes and income. The lower your taxes are, the lower your annual income will most likely be. Lesser taxes leads, like you say, to the lesser use for infrastructure and public works. I'd rather see a legally mandated limit on the ratio between the highest and lowest paid employees in a company. I would like to see those sorts of things too, and often when things like that are brought up, you see, like, you know, the old argument about freedom and overreach and stuff comes in. I think freedom, and it's going to be hard for me to express this, but for y'all out there when you're next engaging in listening to your talkie heads and whatnot, like, the argument about freedom to me is kind of odd, because I think we collectively live together in a way where we do a lot of like sacrifice for one another, but it's like subtle. It's kind of hard to see. There's a lot of give and take with living in a society, like unwritten rules and ways we behave and interact with each other for the common good, social norms and whatnot. And these ideas of freedom sometimes I think are like an argument that sounds good when someone says, you know, they want to take away your freedom or not, but like I don't think it really exists. I think true freedom is like anarchy, isn't it? Like zero rules. And I think a lot of us actually like rules and like structure and like having social norms that allow us to interact and get along with each other. And so when the topic of you know, taxing people more who make more money comes up, then all this argument about freedom comes along. It's with a lot of other stuff too. I don't know quite how to describe it, but next time you hear that like argument about freedom, maybe really like think about it for a minute and don't take it quite at face value. I think it's maybe something that affects Americans more, because like freedom, the idea of it is such a huge part of American culture and history. But I think things like that are way more relevant to a couple hundred years ago when the country was being formed than it is to how it is today. Say it's the same for like guns over there as well. Like if you're like me and you're from a country that doesn't have guns, you've probably had chats with your friends and stuff about how stupid gun culture is in America or whatnot, but it's like harder to like understand it if you're not from it. And what I've learned is that it's a big part of the history of the country. Like there was a very strong reason to have guns when the country was first established. You didn't have a police force, a local police force or standing army to come out and defend, you know, Americans from the British. Were probably the people they were thinking about the most. And so like the ability to protect yourself with arms was a right that everyone wanted to have, because, you know, the British might come and take the land back, right? And then over time it becomes deeply ingrained into the culture, and it's still here today. But if America was formed today and you were discussing the right to bear arms as if like no one had them, you would probably look at that topic very differently. A right defined 200 years ago no longer makes sense in the age of machine guns, says Rowley 36. I'd agree, but I think what we've got to respect is that over that span of time, at what point does it become right to change it? It's like we don't have a way to sort of sense when the boundaries have shifted. I mean, like collectively as a society, and then agree like we need to revisit this idea. I think we struggle with that sometimes, where we keep the norms, but the place those norms came from have changed, right? And then we struggle to get along and figure that one out. Day says, as an American, gun culture is still stupid and very terrifying. I totally get that. I've seen documentaries about it and stuff, and I can see how it would be scary to live around. The big thing I think a lot of people get wrong is something called escalation theory. Now it says there's a theory, but it's about a statistical likelihood at the same time. This statistical likelihood is really, I think, quite easy to understand. But often, I think gun owners, you know, like if someone's trying to sell you a gun, they're not going to tell you about escalation theory, right? You have these sorts of problems, these forces at work. So I think a big thing in America is like if you're a homeowner, you need a gun to protect your home in case someone comes and robs you, right? Is a common thing. So if you take escalation theory and apply it to that, what we're saying is if you have a situation where one person has a gun and the other person doesn't, the person with the gun, air quotes, wins or whatever. They're in control. you know, if they come to your house and they're there to rob your house, they rob your house, they've got the gun, what can you do, right? But in that scenario, no one dies most of the time, right? Not most of the time, you know, there's a number there or whatever, but statistically, you are more likely for someone not to get killed if only one of you has a gun. If two of you have a weapon, you are way more likely that one of those weapons gets fired. Now, you might think that, you know, I'm the homeowner, I'm going to be the guy who shoots the robber or whatever, right? You might think, like, the chances are on your side, but, like, do you want to roll those dice? Because it might be really weird to consider this, but, like, if someone came to your home with a weapon to rob you, I think how I would see it is that I would want them to rob me and keep my life, right? I don't think people think that way a lot. And so if I had a weapon, and if I turned up with my weapon and pointed it at them, all of a sudden, there's a massive increase in likelihood that one of us dies. I don't want to die. And I think most of us, if we had a choice, would rather be robbed than killed, right? You just finished Doom Eternal. Is my character from... Is Doom Guy. Yes, my character is Doom Guy. Also, I've been thinking in June I might stream the new Doom game, but I'll see what happens when we get to June. You've lived with someone who threatened you with guns and the police did nothing. That is awful. That is awful. I'm sorry to hear that. You wanted to play the new Doom, but your computer can't run it. Does it need like a crazy setup or something? Then I don't know what your computer is like actually, Chimera, but I guess that's just an encounter a problem I don't encounter anymore, because as a YouTuber I'm like, right, the computer's my job, get me a top-end computer, you know? So I've got like an absolute overkill machine for playing games. It honestly just depends where you live in the US. Like, I live in a more rural part and we haven't had a major event happen since 2004. Oh, of course, you know, different places, different scenarios, right? And that's the thing. In some parts of America, you can have gun culture, and for whatever reasons, you might not have as much of a problem as somewhere else. But I think overall, the overall impression is that it's, at least from outside America, it's a pretty big problem. But Potato says min requirements for the new Doom aren't that high. It's hard to say, like, well, I don't know. I remember being younger and kind of feeling like understanding like if your system would play a game or not was a lot similar. And then for the past 10 years being a YouTuber, I haven't really thought about that anymore, so I wouldn't know what to say on it, you know? I think if you're going to play 1080p 60 FPS, I feel like the benchmark for that should be pretty low these days. Because a lot of the hardware is now built for like 4K 90 FPS plus gaming. So it sort of feels to me like, oh yeah, of course this would be, you know, this would run on my system. Yeah, so I came back here to get something. It was quartz. It was quartz. Gonna make some more of those blocks and then smelt them. That's what we're gonna do. You found out your computer doesn't have a GPU last night. Dang. Just using the integrated graphics, I guess. I mean, if you use it for like Windows and Word documents and browsing the web, you probably, you know, you don't need a GPU, right? Let's go chuck this stuff in. And I'll make a few more of those blocks while I'm here, why not? Recently, a remake of Croc Legend of Gobos came out. Originally it was for a CD, now it's 35 gigabytes and it's just an AI Upscaled slop. Oh dear. That, you know, with it being 35 gigabytes and you saying it's AI upscaled slop, I can kind of picture that maybe like the process behind doing that was like automated as well. Like the AI is like doing the upscaling, and there's some sort of like AI system just going over the game, and you know what I mean, like less people involved, and then the end product was like it's 35 gig, and they're like, well, you know, in today's day and age we can ship that, let's do it. Hilarious. What is my opinion on the Eurovision spectacle? I have no opinion on it. No opinion. None of the new Doom recommended settings for 60 FPS require DLSS for it to work. What's DLSS? Direct line star skating. Oh, of course it is, yeah. That old thing. That old thing. I do a bit of star skating every now and then myself. Yo, Azarka78, thank you ever so much for 13 months. Appreciate the support. Thank you, and welcome. Wait, did I say 78 months? 72. It's always a little confusing when the number in a name gets close, you know. Oh, look, I added a little button for that. I added a little button, of course I did. Deep learning super sampling. Oh, okay, right. Oh, I don't know if I have that. It's AI upscaling. Okay. Do I have... if I have a 490, do I have DLSS? That's my question. I feel like I definitely put in more stone. Oh, it's still coming in. Okay, that makes sense. I have it, thank you. Okay. What is my opinion on opinions, says Threatsits Boy. I got lots of opinions about opinions. Oh. And I've got a hot take on hot takes that'll get your hot really take. Get your take really hot. Oh, whatever. Almost nailed it. Your 280 has DLSS. Oh, interesting. Do I like doing outdoorsy type things? I love going outdoors. In fact, I make a conscious effort to go outside when the weather's nice as much as I can. But like, I do a lot of walking, right? I like going on walks. Like, you could call it hiking, but like around here you don't have like a big hike through the mountains or anything. But I like going on long walks, walking the dog, getting outside. But like activity, cycling, and I'm starting to run outside again, but nothing quite purposely outdoors, if that makes sense, right? Going on holidays and getting outside. Evacuate. What? Evacuate doesn't go on toast. What the heck? You never learned to ride a bike? Oh, dude, you should totally do that. You'd love it. It's great. It's just good, healthy, fun activity. Gets you outside, fresh air. You want to have a picnic with the community at some point. That sounds nice. My town is insane. We had a guy kill over 10 people. A cult. Doctors selling people organ, the latter. Dude, where are you living? Sounds like a nightmare. Cults is another interesting thing. That seems to be a thing that happens in America a fair bit. Sometimes I wonder if like some places just like get sticky for certain types of stories or something, or like a perception. But yeah, I've heard about plenty of cults coming out of America over the years. Cults of personality, definitely. Oh yeah, I love the song Cult of Personality. That's such a tune. You're having deja vu right now, dang. Have we talked about this before? You started when you were 7 but never really learned. You go on hikes now and surf your local lakes since you're landlocked. Oh, Pearl. What happened there? Oh, maybe a rage quit. I mean, that was pretty unfortunate. Dang, what's going on? I think Pearl rage quit, you know. There are and have been cults in the UK also. It's harder for them to hide away. but it's harder. Do you mean it's harder in America to hide away? Yeah, there'll be cults in all the countries, right? But it's just, like I said, sometimes stories are sticky. Oh, there you go. Also got the Ren the King skin on. Also, while Ren's on, that looks really weird in the tab. Harder to hide here in the UK, says Burt Potato. Got ya. So, like, easier to have a cult in America because it's, like, bigger country and... yeah, that makes sense. Hey, do you like hanging out with the other hermits? Oh, God, no. Oh, I hate it when we hang out. No, of course I do. I love them. If anything, don't hang out enough, you know? Ren the King, I remember. 2 Wrens, they're coming to your town. Literally, New York is around the size of an EU country. I think you might be overestimating the size of New York there. I really think you might be overestimating it. I've been to New York. That was the best holiday I think I've ever been on. I love that place so much. I'm watching a movie at the moment, Mel Gibson, Ransom. That might sound like a weird thing to say, but the way I watch movies is I only watch stuff when I sit down to eat. Maybe at the end of the day if I'm exhausted, but like I'll happily watch movies and TV shows in like 20-minute little bites at a time. Anyway, I'm watching Ransom with Mel Gibson today, just because it's on Netflix, and I don't think I'd seen it, and whew, it's got those 90s vibes that I love. It actually feels a little bit more like early noughties vibe. Sort of the music, the tone, the setting, the pace. It feels like if you'd have told me it came out in 2000 or 2002 or something, I probably would have been like, yeah. But anyway, that's my favorite era of cinema out of like comfort, I think. Sort of like the 90s into the early noughties. Just love the vibe of those movies. Anyway, it's got all those familiar faces, the actors and actresses from that era. Cool movie. Why did we start talking about it? New York City. That's where it's based, right? It's based in New York City. And I just love that place. I think it's so cool. And I think I've been indoctrinated into loving it through seeing it through movies and TV shows over the years. And then I got to go there and it just felt like I was in some magical place. I loved it. It was so good. And now when I see it in a movie, I'm like, yeah, New York City. This place rocks. This place is cool. It's too crowded for you. Yeah, I could totally get that. I just love the feeling of being there and all the skylines and... oh, it was so cool. New York State is bigger than Ireland. Really? I wouldn't have thought that. I guess the state is bigger than just New York City, right? New York City is not bigger than a European country, but dang. Okay, the state, that makes sense. I get that. Let's go put these in next. Since we've managed to figure out where they belong. Through my need for, I guess, symmetry here? Why is that wrong? One of the rooms is off by a... what the heck? How is that possible? What's going on here? What's going on here? I've been deceived. Wait, what did I do? Why did I go down by 2 here? I was not paying any attention. What the heck? Total dingus dongus over here. That's right, dingus dongus, that's a real thing. It's just a silly word that I made up. What did you think it meant? Oh, you're filthy, you are. Jeez. Right. Gotta sort this out. Wait, Ren was slain? Dang. Some violence over here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. I think the rooms in the middle are bigger. Oh, they are. How is that? How is that a thing? I might double the walls up somewhere to make this work. Then I can sleep easy at night again. Otherwise, I'm going to get crushed. Yeah, I'm going to double up the walls here. Right? We double that up. And then we double up this one, and then it should work. Xisuma got distracted and added more stairs. I definitely did. You know, that was a thing that just happened. You know what? It was an amazing moment. Let's be real. It was an amazing moment. How did we do something like that? WREX, Texas is bigger than Germany. Yeah, Texas is massive. America's such a massive place. You recently toured the east side of the US, New York City, Washington, Orlando. Best holiday of my life. Dude, that's so cool. Yeah, I really want to go back to the States. Next year, I'd like to go to Yosemite. I'd really like to go to the capital and maybe Philadelphia. And God, there's just so many places in America I'd love to go. It's such a cool place. Texas isn't even the biggest state. What is the biggest state then? I probably would have guessed Texas had you asked me to guess. Yo, we got Rose the Cho. Or, sorry, Roscoe the Cho. Thank you for 14 months, my dude. Much appreciated. Philly is amazing. 10 out of 10. Oh, cool, cool. Well, I remember looking at the map and thinking, like, you could land in New York City, I think go to Philadelphia, then to Washington, or maybe start in Boston or something like that. Alaska. Oh, wow. Canada. Canada is not a state of the United Ones. Yo, Alaska. Wow. Okay. That makes sense. Matsubu, thank you for 76 months, my dude. Welcome back to another stream. I hope you're doing well. Right, we can fix this mess up. It was a royal mess, but we found a way to fix it. Alaska about it. Good one. You think Alaska is like 90% wilderness? In it, bruv. Yeah, probably more than 90. Probably more like 95%. I've been watching a little bit of the Wild Boys channel recently. I love me some bushcraft and surviving outside. And that's all in Alaska. Or at least most of the trips the guy takes is in Alaska. You know? Where'd my lamps go? Did I really just run out? Dang. Every time Texas is mentioned, you think about Pantera. I mean, Pantera are a band I think about a lot. But yeah, they're from Texas. There it is. It was here all along. New series soon, Survive It with Xisuma. That would be terrible. I'm not a survival person. I watched a lot of Bear Grylls back in the day, and I always used to think, I'm going to forget all this if I'm ever out there in the wild. But I'll always know I can wheel myself. Yeah, that's right. That's what you do in the wild, isn't it? If you're Bear Grylls. How many bears would Bear Grylls grill if Bear Grylls could grill bears? What? Do you like the new Pantera with Zakk Wylde? I kind of don't like the fact that they're doing stuff under the name Pantera. I'm not in the band, right? Like, when you have an opinion on a bunch of people you never met or know, it can be easy to have a bunch of ideas in your head. But based on, like, Vinnie Paul's attitude towards the reunion, it doesn't feel right that they're doing it. Doesn't feel right. However, my mate got me a ticket to go, and it turned out in the end he couldn't go, so I went alone. But I actually really enjoyed it. They sound amazing. You can kind of tell, like, there's Zakk Wylde struggles a bit with some of the Dime solos where you can kind of feel like it's not how Dime would have played it, but like overall it really did feel like it had the strength and power, and it felt like Pantera. Same for the drumming as well, actually. There was just a few moments here and there where it's not quite how you think Vinnie Paul would do it. So yeah, I went, I enjoyed it, but I still kind of came away with this feeling of like, And they had a lot of like sentimental stuff with Dime and Vinny on the big screen. And again, it kind of felt like I can't get away from the fact that this wouldn't have happened while Vinnie Paul was alive, and for that reason, it sort of doesn't feel right. Zakk Wylde was definitely the best choice. I mean, Zakk Wylde and Dimebag were really good friends, and I can't remember when that discussion started. Maybe it was not long after Dime died, but there was always this kind of thing about if anyone, you know, would take Dime's role, it would be Zakk Wylde. So definitely a good pick. You're scared of the pit you'll be in. Yeah, I didn't get to go in the pit. I would say I think a while ago I used to say my pitting days were over, but when I saw Korn, like, it's like something, like a switch flicked over in my brain, and I just went, oh, get to the mosh pit, you know? And so I went moshing for Korn, and it was like, oh, this is absolutely fine. Why am I so worried about this? But, you know, I could have easily just gotten injured and then been like, what an idiot, you know? Yeah, I mean, when you're young and you go in the mosh pit, like, you can take more of a beating, right? And then you get a bit older, and I don't feel like much pain or anything. Like, it wasn't uncomfortable to go moshing again, but I just feel that I get injured and then I can't train. Wait, X has been to Korn. What? I've seen Korn loads of times over the years. I'd say probably at least like 6, 7, maybe 8. So yeah. Okay, right, now what we're going to do is let's do them back to back, right? Might make it a little easier to line them up as well, and then... So that's going to be over by one more. And then the 3 is over there. You're jealous of me? You always wanted to see Korn. I always say, like, don't be jealous. Jealousy is just a weird emotion for me. I never, like, think in those sort of terms. Like, be happy for others, and then hopefully one day you'll get to go see them too, right? They're still touring, they're still out and about. I mean, I'm old, right? So I've just been going to gigs for years and years and years. That's why I've seen them so many times. How about listen to Static X? Of course I have. Never been that big of a fan, but they got some good songs. What's my favourite frog light? I think the best way for me to answer that would be like the utility of it. So like, where's the gap in the color spectrum? That's what I'd probably just say. Like, where is it most useful to have? Oh look, I've got a light that is this color, right? When you're doing your build palettes and putting stuff together, because this game can be a little bit limited with the light sources, you know. One left, perfect. Moshing gets hard when you turn 66. I imagine it gets harder a little bit sooner than that. I don't know actually, like, when the frailty will kick in. Interesting to see. Do I like 90s sludge metal? I've never been particularly into 90s sludge, but like, I've heard some sludge metal. There's some stuff here and there that I like of it, but it's not like one of those things I'm big on. Phil Hale Bio, thank you for 3 months of support, my dude. I appreciate your subscription. I hope you enjoyed today's stream. I wrote about Sleep Token today. I kind of got my head around their record a bit. Definitely going to keep listening to that one more though. Sleep Token are like really weird. I sort of first thought of them as being like more of a pop bands with like bits of metal in it, and on their last records, which I've tried getting into more. Everything before this record like has not clicked with me much. I always just felt like the metal was like the least interesting part of their music. But on this album, I really enjoyed it. And then when I like sat down to write about it today and sort of like flicked over some of the tracks again, I kind of noticed there's like a lot more metal in it, where I wasn't like, it just so organically goes from these beautiful vocals and this really nice vibe with these like lustrous melodies and stuff, like a lot of somberness in there as well. And then it just all of a sudden like gradually builds into these swells of metal, and I hadn't really like picked up on that. And there's actually like a lot more metal this new records than I felt their other stuff was. The other stuff felt a bit more like other songs and then like, oh, here's a slamming riff just out of nowhere or whatever. Oh, you're not a fan of the voice, says Thritis Boy. Yo, dude, just like try and relinquish the judgment, because I didn't particularly like his voice at first. Now I'm really quite fond on it. It's just I've always found that you don't always like identify with everything you're gonna hear. Like stuff where you feel like you hear a bit of yourself in is going to be really easy to gravitate towards. But like if you can try and hear what the person is expressing, you can try and make the connection on their level. Like that can go a long way to getting you there. And I feel like with Sleep Token, I could totally get if you didn't like the voice, because I didn't like it at first, but letting go of that and like trying to hear what they're trying to express, which is I think quite easy with Sleep Token, because a lot of the music feels like it comes off the back of the lyrics. Yeah, you can really enjoy their stuff if you kind of let go of that. Maybe it will click for you, you know. Avenged Sevenfold has some pretty good songs. Most of them are a bit fast, but they have some good slow ones. Yeah, they write a variety of different tracks, don't they? Horned Astrologer, thank you for 22 months. Have I heard of Alice in Chains? Of course I have. I've seen them live. Not with, is it Lane? Is his name Lane? Of course. That was before my time. Really tragic story, that guy. But yeah, absolute classic band. I missed them at Download 2006. I didn't know who they were then, but after that, I learned about who they were and absolutely adore their music. Lane Staley, that's the one. By the way, we have a couple of new subscribers coming in here. Well, not new, some resubs, but just letting you know, if you want to be a part of the Let's Play Minecraft Together server, your subscription will now get you access to that, as well as other things we're doing, like UHCs, and I think there's a bunch of peeps that play Tunnel Rats and other games on a regular basis. If you want to become a part of our community, just ask in the chat, they'll point you in the right direction. Have I ever been to a Black Sabbath concert? Yes. Yes, I have, and I kind of remember not being particularly impressed. Like, Ozzy was very old, and it was, I don't know, you know, you're just watching some old guy sing. No disrespect. I mean, Black Sabbath are absolute legends, right? But they're well and truly past it. Well and truly past it. You only listen to classical theatre and musicals. Well, you know, branch out, listen to some other stuff as well. You can't expect much, to be fair. They're all like 70. Yeah, it's just that like I wasn't expecting much, but like that still didn't really help, you know. It's always going to be much more interesting to watch like a fresh, young, vibrant band jumping around with loads of energy, right? I also feel like when I was really young, like the idea of bands playing when they're 70 wasn't really a thing. It's sort of only become a thing as like the festival culture has really blossomed, and you know, bands of this era have gotten that old. It seemed like bands from like the 50s, 60s, 70s, there was a lot more like you know, they just disappear after a while, like it's over or whatever. But then again, with the festival culture and just the way things have shifted, and there's more abundance of like resources and the ability to do things in bands of the last few decades and stuff have been able to hang around for longer, right? You saw Slipknot as your first metal concert. That is awesome, my dude. They are absolutely amazing, that band. Have I seen the new Static X without Wayne Static? I've never seen Static X. They're a band that have, I guess, eluded me. Well, actually, I say eluded me. I've never really made an effort to go see them. I'm going to place these ones at random. That's how I'm going to do this. Just bleh, like that. Rozzy is going to perform their last show on a throne since his Parkinson's got worse. Oh, he's going to do it sitting down. I saw Phil Collins do that sitting down. You know, that was an interesting one seeing Genesis. Oh, I think I like them higher up. Yeah, they're better higher up. Genesis was a super interesting one for me to see. I missed their show in 2007, I think it was, or 6. I was completely unaware of it. It was in Rome. It was actually free, you know, like just a public go and watch concert. I would have loved to have seen that. Like, it wasn't Genesis in their prime, but it was Genesis when they were very capable still. And yeah, I've just seen a couple of years ago now, I think, the show. And Phil Collins was, you know, sat for all of it, basically. But there were bits I remember where he struggled with, like doing some of the high notes on Mama or whatever. But other bits where it kind of still worked. I haven't seen Type of Negative live, unfortunately. I had this weird thing. I need to go look it up. Did they play Sonosphere, or did he? I think he might have died before Sonosphere was a thing. What's his name? Peter Steele, isn't it? What year did he die? I'm going to await your answer in chat. Yo, have I lost, like... Oh, there it is. I was going to say, have I lost a trapdoor? 2010. So, the first Sonosphere, was it 2009, 2010, 2011? It was somewhere around there. Now I need you to look... Why did I ask this question if I can't remember when the first Sonosphere was? What is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? I think the first Sonosphere might have been 2009. I remember seeing a lot of Typo Negative shirts, and maybe they were on the lineup, and I had them in my head confused with some other band. And then I think, like, the years go by, and every time you hear of it, you're not sure who that band are. And then recently, where I went and actually, like, learned who they are, checked out the music, and I was like, oh my god, this band are amazing. And now I look back and I go, like, did they play? Did I miss the opportunity to see this band because I was just ignorant and didn't know how amazing they were, and that I should totally be going and watching them? Your first show was Metallica in Nashville, 1992. Whoo! That would have been a good one. That would have been a good one. Off the back of the Black Album, those shows would have been absolute fire. God, the amount of times I've watched the Binge and Purge shows, and God, they're so good. My favourite show, though, that I've seen in Metallica has got to be that one in Seattle in '89. God, they're absolutely on fire at that point. Really sad death of Peter Steele before getting big. He wanted to never touch drugs, but he got an addiction later. And then he got clean 6 months before his death. He just took way too many drugs. Yeah, very sad. Very sad indeed. No one in chat's going to tell me when the first Sonosphere was. That's fine. You don't have to do research on me. I'm lazy. It's like I'm playing a game or something. Bam. This is looking great as we throw these in. Oh yeah, my skull spins. Yep. Nice. Nice. Yeah, there we go. 2009, according to Google. That sounds about right. Yeah, it sounds about right. So I'm pretty sure they definitely played there. I remember seeing the shirts. Oh my god, that makes me feel kind of sad inside now. that they were there. Such an amazing band, and I just didn't know how amazing they were. They strike me as one of those bands that if I had have discovered them like in my early days of listening to music, they would just be like deeply formative, you know? Need animated painting in vanilla. That would be kind of cool if they did that, wouldn't it? Be kind of awesome. Right, this is the Hermitcraft art gallery right here, officially repping all of the vanilla paintings as well, and there's so many of them to see. Huh. It's really cool. I think we've got to put in the flower pots and bushes in the corner, and then carpets. I don't think we need to overdo it though. I think that'll be kind of it. So I got a lot of wall. Now we've got to put it to use with carpets. Thank you very much. And the other thing that I said just a second ago, that's what we need to do, right? Did I bring any water up here with me? I didn't. I've just got cold tea. That's how I'm going to wet my whistle, as they say. There we go. Right, decorated pot. And the old azalea leaves. I'm going to put 7 in. Dang. How long is the season still lasting? Says Frittis Boy. If you take 10 and you throw away the 1, and then you put your hands into the 0 and you grab either side of it and you stretch it out, and then you twist one of your hands, right? And then you let go and leave it where it is because it's not elastic and for some reason just stays in that position. You get the infinity symbol because of season 10finity, right? It goes on forever is what I've heard. Just like last season. Was it last season that they called 9finity? Or was it 8finity? I forget. Did that and dislocated my wrist. Thanks, says Owash Raindrop. Mods, ban them. We're adding insult to injury here. No, I'm joking, of course. Please don't ban. Please don't ban. Well, I gotta go to hospital now. Thanks, mate. My pleasure, my pleasure. Oh dear, oh dear. Wasn't it going to end on June 31st? Who said that? It's news to me. Right, we've got to go get more of the azalea stuff, obviously. But now I'm placing carpets. I don't want to forget that I need to do that. And then there's that one just sitting over there and someone looks at it one day and they're like, that's pathetic. You forgot to place those blocks. Right, X has to pay the hospital bills now if they're an American. Dang it! How do I get myself out of this one? Yo, Spooky Dokie, thank you for 86 months. How dare you stream during the staff hangout party? It was fun though. My bad, my bad. I mean, if I'd have known I was still streamed anyway. Thank you for all you do, Spooky. Also, I hope you enjoyed Jojo going absolutely ham on that button and finding it. I think it took like half an hour. I was really glad to see someone like lock in and go for that. Your first concert was Cannibal Corpse in 1962. Whoa! Whoa! That's crazy, man. They were like not even born then. Whoa! Mind broken. Crazy. This guy right here. I think this bit's going to look a bit weird at first. Yeah, it feels like that should be 3 on each side. I reckon maybe if we took it all the way to the stairs and then took out 2, maybe just 1. It kind of works. Also, what if we put little benches here, right? Back-to-back benches. I don't have my wood with me anymore. Dang it. What if I just made it 2 everywhere in this area? Doesn't feel right. I might do that though. That feels better. Nah. Go on, that'll do. Alrighty, I'm back, says Bear. Bear, I thought you'd make the most of this. I thought you'd come up with some funny little sentences. But no. Just leaving me hanging all the time. Most of what? Oh, that was on me, that one. Jeez. Such an idiot, aren't I? Mate, I was playing golf. That's funny. Pet, are you rich? Do poor people not play golf? What's going on? It's not a working class man's game, is it? Make a secret elevator that pops out of the floor and goes down to a room with books with the deepest secrets of all the hermits. Dang, that's a wild idea. Dude, I think I might just fill this in. Oh, this room's slightly smaller, that's why. Maybe it does make sense to do that then. Just have it filled in there. Feels kind of weird to do that. Maybe it'll always feel weird and never feel right. On 2, yeah. Do that. And have that little bit. Fill in the rest. We're done. We're done here. Your school had a golf team but had to go 25 minutes away to practice. That sounds wildly inefficient. You've played putt-putt. Mini golf. I like mini golf a lot. Always enjoy playing a bit of mini golf when you're out and about. Let's see if we get some benches in here next. Now we've got to pack away all the stuffs again. Stupid inventory management game. That's what Minecraft is, isn't it? An inventory management game? Yo, is that actually like a legit... a legit game type? Like... You know, you got your car wash simulator and stuff. Is there like an inventory management game? I think Hungry Hermits and those kind of like eating challenge games maybe could be considered as that. Which is kind of wild. As an actual genre, I think it would be my least favorite game ever. That must be Pocket Edition. It's even worse on Pocket Edition. I can imagine that. I can imagine it being pretty rough. Wow, it's starting to look slightly clean. Oh, that's the wrong thing. What I need next is some shears. And some saplings. We'll go get them from our base. Inventory management sim would just be like a little to the left. Yeah, I don't think that voice works so much anymore. Chat, you'll be the judge. If it makes you laugh, then I'm a giraffe. What? Oh, we got one here. Good, good. Okay. Wait, I'm going to need my axe. I'm going to need some shears, bone meal, stuff to get to the base. I need to sit down. It is warm in here. Time to give Bear a new voice. I think so. I ain't got many voices though, right? And it won't be my I'll get you next time. It won't be that voice. The more I do that over time, I feel like the more I lock into it and it becomes a little easier to do as well.
I'm now wondering, for how long could we do the stream with this voice? I don't think I'll last very long at all.
Jesus, that was going ridiculously deep. That's actually tickling my throat now. Oh dear. I'll have to stop there. Don't you damage your vocal cords with that? Nah, my vocal cords are perfectly fine, mate. They're focusing all over the place. Tickle it. It's weird because you know, metal screamers and death metal growlers, like, they get up there and do it on stage over and over again. I'm gonna have to cough. I'm gonna make myself cough. Bro, giving the age of men is over, the age of orc has come voice. Oh, wow, yeah, like Lord of the Rings. Dude, I want to watch Lord of the Rings again. I can't remember the last time I watched Lord of the Rings. Oh, dude, I have to leave sit all along. Dude, I keep saying dude, man. What's up? Dude, where's my car? Lord of the Rings is amazing. I'm gonna watch that with my nephew at some point. That's when I'll watch it next. Those movies are so good. Did someone have a jelly cat on here that I can breed with my cat for a kitten? Not me, unfortunately. Yo, that's all we needed to do. Bam. Finish. Finite. Beautiful art gallery up in here. Yo, look at those villagers. They so quirky. Lord of the Rings is evergreen. These movies will always be good. You say that, but you know, name a bunch of movies from the 1920s. Name a bunch of movies from the 1930s. Like, time does fade our culture. New people come along. You know, some of these things do.
In Barcelona. Like, I went with my parents once. We went
what are they chatting about
on a holiday there, and we rented like a little apartment looking over the Sagrada Familia. And there was
Sagrada Familia.
There's a real market like pretty close.
I've been there.
And every morning we just went down to the market. We got like fresh melon and parma ham and other fruit, you know, like all
you mean Iberico
and meats and all those beautiful like Spanish foods, figs and stuff. And we would just have like fruits and meats for breakfast. It was so good, dude. Hey X, what's up, dude?
Hi, you talking?
What's cracking, baby?
Serious
We are
question.
talking food,
Oh
yeah.
man, making my belly.
Green or yellow kiwi?
Oh, dude, yellow is called golden kiwi. I love both.
Yes.
I got some golden kiwis in my fridge right now. They're like a little rare.
You do?
Yeah, I always got kiwis, man.
What a legend.
I eat kiwis
Oh, you got
every
the
day.
golden kiwis?
Yeah.
Bro,
What,
you
you
both
eat 5
eat
kiwis a
every
day?
day?
Me too!
I will literally have a kiwi every day.
Oh my god, dude, listen, I'm addicted to kiwis for weeks and weeks and months. I'm literally, today alone I ate like 6 or 7. I love
Wow.
kiwis. Oh my god.
We've just become a little bit closer, you and I, but
Yes.
this next
You've bonded
question
over
might
kiwis.
push us away. Do
Oh,
you
no.
eat the whole kiwi?
No,
Oh, dude, I am
partially.
fail.
Partially.
Fail.
Doc, you,
I mean, you know,
you
it's a
need to
debate.
eat the whole kiwi, dude.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Gotta
it's
get
a
that
debate.
fibre
It's a
in ya.
debate. I know,
Yeah.
but yes, it's all right. For the yellow kiwi, I actually do eat the peel sometimes, right? I like to slice my kiwi in little slices, and then you can just bite it off, right? But for the green kiwi, it's just too hairy, man. Listen, it's too
Dude,
hairy.
you're a wimp.
Bro, you gotta chomp through the hair, dude.
No,
gotta try.
you guys are wrong. You all know. No, you're just saying that because people are watching. Behind the scenes, you would always say, also say, nah. I'm just trying to. No. I don't. But yeah, I get it. It's a debate. I was surprised. Like half of when I did this question in my chat, right? Like, do you eat your kiwi without a peel? Yes or no? And I think 30% of the people eat their kiwi with the peel. Actually,
Look, Pearl
gotta eat
also
the
eats the
whole-
kiwi with the peel. Look, Pearl also does it. It's a normal thing, dog. You need to eat the whole thing, bro. You're wasting the kiwi.
Listen, why are you talking? You didn't even know yellow kiwis existed.
Dude,
like
you
5
gotta
minutes
get
ago.
a golden kiwi, man. They are awesome.
Bro, this is a genetic abomination. I want nothing to do with this.
No, it's the perfect fruit. It's literally the fruit of God. It tastes so good. Trust me. Like, it's the best fruit you ever eaten.
It is really good.
I mean,
Yes.
wait, I'm trying to think of
Succulent
like,
is the word that comes to mind.
Yeah,
Succulent.
golden
I'm pretty-
kiwis. Where do you get them from? Mine come from Italy.
I don't know, but they got this little label on it, and I never read it. I just peel it off.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah, it's
white
it's
with
this
like
little
green and red
label.
lines.
Yes. They are zespri.
Ah, that sounds like it. Yeah.
Yes.
So they're from Italy.
Dude.
Nice.
Yes, they're from Italy. Some guy in Italy is taking over the kiwi market, man.
Wow.
yeah,
Who
he's
is this
dominating,
person?
dude. He's dominating the kiwi market.
Yes.
But yeah, man,
that's
you
so
got to eat the
great.
whole thing. Speaking of eating whole things,
Yes. What?
do you gentlemen like prawns?
I do, yeah.
Prawns?
King prawns.
Yeah.
Tiger prawns, king prawns, etc.
Yes.
Totally.
Yes.
Do you eat most of the prawn?
I'm pretty sure I do. Like,
Well-
I get them in a packet, and you just drain the packet and put the whole prawn in, right?
No, that's That's not a prawn, dude.
No. When I was in Spain now, right? There you get the good shit right from the ocean, fresh. So
Bro,
I also
we're talking-
suck out the head.
Yeah. I'm talking the prawn with the head, with the legs, with the tail.
Oh,
you got to cut
okay,
you don't
that,
know
that
down
I
the
have
back.
not
You got to
experienced then. I have not.
Okay. Yeah.
But dude, I'll
Yeah,
eat it.
I eat
Listen,
the
What?
legs.
I'm not
I eat the
fussy.
tail. I even eat the body. And you got to
Wait.
suck everything out of the head
do you
also.
peel? But
Yeah.
you peel. Do you the head? Wait. Do you mean you crunch down on the
Yo, the
freaking head?
corn
Like,
NYC.
No, I
thank
don't.
you so
No, I
much
don't
for
eat
the
the
4
head,
months,
but
my
I
dude.
All right.
eat what's inside the head. But if
Totally
it's a
appreciate
smaller
it. I'll
prawn
read
and
the
the and
description a
the
little bit.
outer shell is like soft enough to eat, especially if it's been barbecued, like it gets nice and crispy, I'll eat the whole thing, dude.
wow.
Just eat the whole
That's
thing.
rough. What is with your people not peeling your stuff? One guy eats the kiwi with the peel. This guy eats whole prawns. What's
I'm
wrong?
trying to
with
think of like what's the most gross thing that I'd eat. But
I mean,
I like the food that I eat, so like I don't know.
you know what the worst thing I ever ate was, right?
It's so
It
good,
was,
guys. It's so good.
It was at a charity event of Minecraft years ago, right? We were eating bugs. There was no problem with eating bugs. You know, you could eat crickets and things. It tastes great. You know, it's like potato chips or something. But then
Yeah.
they had a freaking scorpion. All right.
Yeah.
It was a black scorpion, and it was, let me think in inches so you guys understand it with your weird thing. Let's say at least 6 inches. Like like it had giant black mandibles, like, you know. And then we're like, okay, somebody was offering $10,000 as a donation, and if I would eat the scorpion. It's like, all right, I'll eat the scorpion. But what I
Yeah.
didn't think, it was like literally as hard as a freaking hazelnut. You know, the shell.
Wow.
So I take
Yeah.
the scorpion, put the whole
God.
thing in my mouth. I want to
Yeah.
bite down, and it's literally I'm biting on stone. I just got lucky I didn't break out all my teeth. I literally go like, and it's like super hard, and it's like, "Wah." And then all of a sudden this foul, horrible, a horrible taste and odor comes. Like, dude, and for a whole day I couldn't get that taste out of my mouth. And I had to chew on the thing. It was like
God.
literally every bite was biting on stone.
Bro. What
Don't
would
they
what did
have
it taste
poison in
like?
the tail?
No.
No.
Now these are like
Probably
little
not.
ones, right?
I don't
They're
remember. I
bred
think we
for
pricked
eating.
off the stinger, or it was already pricked off. But it was just this dried freaking black scorpion. You could order it off this,
What did it taste like, bro?
I don't know how shit tastes. ghosts, right? But most likely like that.
Okay.
Like
good.
straight up. It like you go to your garden where where you have all your old grass and it's molding away for a year, and then you take a mouthful of it probably, and there's some rotten apple in there. Maybe a dog came by, peed on it. You know what I mean? It was that. Like there was nothing. Nobody can explain to me why anybody would eat that.
Yeah,
It was and then the hard shell. I don't know what the hell you do with it.
Maybe you tries to hit it with a hammer or something, to get the juices out of the middle.
Yeah. The other stuff was we also had this giant golden water beetle that was also a 5-incher, like and that was mushy and like you could eat it. Like it was all right, but also not good.
Dude, I think you've definitely eaten weirder stuff than me.
Yeah.
What was your weirdest thing ever?
Yeah,
what's your weirdest from South Africa? Don't bring him up. He will talk about, I don't know,
I've
ostrich.
probably eaten something weird at some point in time, but
Yeah.
chat loves to
I've
bring
eaten
up
weird
that
stuff.
I'll eat boiled chicken. Just straight up
Boiled
chicken breast,
chicken?
boil it in hot water, chuck that in a salad.
Bro,
That'll do me.
bro. This man, he just takes chicken breast, right?
Yeah.
He puts a pot on with water in it, just sticks water in the pot, boils the water, just chucks the chicken breast in. No seasoning, no salt, no nothing, dude. Just boils it.
Oh,
And then
that
just like
gave
eats
me-
it, dude.
It's nice.
Then you can throw it into microwave right away. Same
What,
thing.
straight microwave to cook raw chicken breast? I mean, might work. I'm not going to try it,
if
but
you
it
want
might.
to go,
I'll pass on that.
you throw some. You don't put salt on it. Is it for your health reasons or what? You don't want to fry it or what?
No, it's just one day I was just like, I can't be arsed, I'll just boil it. And then I was like, oh, this tastes great.
I mean, in chicken soup, that's how you make chicken soup.
No, but this is not chicken
Dude,
soup.
when I
No.
cook, I do all the seasoning and all that stuff, right? But like,
Yeah.
I can eat it without seasoning as well. It's nice. It's good.
You know what, X? I'm willing to give it a bash. I will.
Oh
Dude, I'm
my
not going to
God.
judge it until I've tried it. I'll try it.
I make chicken soup
I like
it.
regularly.
I'll
It's nice. You
I wanna
take
hear
a
the
whole
report.
chicken.
You got to
You
come
know?
back to me. You got to be like, here's what I think.
Yeah, chicken soup is one of the greatest foods of all time.
It's
Like
nice.
if whenever I get man flu, chicken soup. Let's go. Make a
Yes.
whole vat of it.
Dude.
Have it every day. Within 4 days, boom, you're fixed.
Karen's
amazing.
mom always does this. If some of us get sick, she'd come by, bring us chicken soup.
Oh,
I even faked being sick sometimes because I love the soup so much, man.
you want the soup?
Oh man, I'm feeling a little bit of a fever creeping up. Oh, is it chicken soup? I have a
have
chicken.
bit of chicken soup. Yeah, chicken soup is so good. Oh my goodness.
Wait, but didn't you eat like in South Africa? Probably people eat weird stuff, right? That is like
Yeah,
but nothing like
I've eaten
outmade.
worms, flying ants, ostrich,
Worms, that makes me squirm a little bit.
crocodile,
Worms.
Yeah. I don't think I can eat
Crocodile.
worms.
all those things.
I tried
it
crocodile once
actually, it
too.
wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
It was kind of like peanut buttery.
Ooh.
But
What?
okay, let me try and describe the worm. It was
The
like
worms?
it's like it
Yeah.
has like or the flying ant. Yeah, it was the flying ant that was. It's peanut buttery, but it has that insect kick in it. I don't know how to explain that insect kick. You know, like if you squash an ant or something, there's like a smell, like an insect
Yeah.
smell. It has
Yeah.
that flavor, like in peanut butter. It's like peanut butter with that flavor in it. So it's it's pretty. Ugh.
Yeah, I don't know. There is a.
It's okay.
Is it in South Africa or Lesotho or so? I think where people
Yeah.
literally there's the ants are flying during a certain period, right? And
Yeah,
then
the
they have
flying ants.
these
Yeah.
sticky things and whip them around in the air and catching the ants straight out of the air. And then they have these giant balls of ants and later.
Yeah, dude, there's
Yeah,
millions
cook
of
them
the
down.
ants.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
insane. Like the whole
Yeah, yeah.
sky just gets filled with these ants. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. I think I would eat that. Like worms.
It's good.
Yeah, worms I would also be iffy.
Dude, just the
As soon
idea
as
makes
stuff
me
is
squirm.
mushy.
I don't know why.
I see what you did there, X.
Oh,
Squirming like a wormin.
squirming like a worm.
Maybe if you fry them, how do you prepare them worms? Like cook them or
They-
what? What do you do?
I think they're dried.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
And
So
then
it's like
just
jerky or something, right? Like
yeah,
I don't know. It doesn't.
jerky.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty epic.
Dude, jerky is
Yeah.
great. Beef jerky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jerky's amazing.
Dude,
Biltong
worm
is
jerky.
what it's called. But the
Dude, we
jerky
should-
is a sad excuse for biltong.
We should
Sorry,
open up
Americans.
a Hermitcraft store and then sell worm jerky. I think it's like hot potato.
Hermitcraft worm jerky.
Endorsed by Rendog and Xisuma. Then we throw in some boiled chicken breast in there and some kiwi and we're golden, man.
Some golden kiwis. Yeah, bro. Some prawns.
prawns.
No, we're talking. No, we're cooking.
Prawns. But the thing is, with prawns, it's really important that you clear out their, the
poop
poop
track.
chute.
Yeah, no good. You gotta prepare them correctly.
That's true of any animal, right?
Yeah. That is
yeah,
true. True.
Yeah, a lot of people, but when I was in Spain there, right, a lot of tourists there, and I was observing a couple on the table across me. They didn't know about cleaning out, how to properly clean out their prawns. Ooh. Because, you could order this prawn thing, and then they would bring you endless prawns, right? And they did that at the next table. I was like, no, clean that out. Okay.
No, in Spain, the prawns...
Poop eaters.
In Spain, there are prawns that aren't really clean, but they're mostly they're cultivated, right? So you don't really need to clean them that much. I used to eat those prawns also. I didn't care about cleaning them. I would just eat them, whatever.
I don't know if you know, but prawns, for example, from Thailand, is one of the most poisonous food you can eat ever. It's not good at all. So if you want to eat prawns, probably make sure you get free caught prawns or something, because that stuff that is in the, they throw in antibiotics.
Yeah, they're throwing all that jazz.
Nasty. So.
How do you guys feel about pudding?
Oh, I love a good pudding, dude.
Pudding. Wait. You are British.
Yeah.
So when you talk about pudding, and what I think about pudding is a different thing, because pudding in Germany would be you take milk, chocolate powder, and something that is starchy, and then it's like a chocolate yogurt or something.
I see what you mean.
No.
I think I mean
pudding is dessert.
In general.
It's dessert.
Dessert.
Yeah. Okay. X. Top 3 favorite desserts. Right, I'll start. Number 1.
Pudding is all desserts. Okay.
Yeah, all desserts. Tiramisu. Number 2, sticky toffee pudding. Number 3, New York cheesecake. Go.
Dang.
Beat that, dude.
I'm not really a dessert person, but
I have some bangers.
I love Christmas pudding with brandy butter.
Oh, that's
Every
really
Christmas
good too.
comes round, I'll have a bowl of that with a big dump of brandy butter on, let it melt in, and absolutely love that. That's true.
Bit of fresh cream in there, dude, or custard. Oh yes, now we're cooking.
Definitely.
All right.
Top 3, go.
Yeah,
go.
My number 1 is Bienenstich. That means honey bee sting. That's a German cake. It is very good. Then number 2 would most likely be something Italian, probably maybe panna cotta or tiramisu or something like that. And then a good Italian ice cream, man.
Oh, ice cream is so good. Yeah.
Hey,
listen, in my
list,
list,
Italian.
So good. Listen, in my list, the Italian ice cream comes with the sticky toffee pudding. I forgot to mention that.
Nice.
We're so lucky in our neighborhood. There's a nice gelateria, right? Ice cream parlor that is actually run by an old Italian couple, and now the kids took it over and they're making the real deal.
Oh, that's
proper
nice.
Italian gelato, and it's every day there's a long queue, halfway around the block, because it's just great ice cream.
That's sweet.
And every Sunday normally or so when the weather's good, we go there with the little one.
Nice.
Yeah,
well, one day I will
Rome,
prepare.
Go
for it, X.
I was all I'm not going to have lots of ice cream and treats. As soon as I had 1 scoop, I was then just having 3 scoops every day. It's that good.
I remember the first time I went to Rome, I was 15 or 16. I went there on a choir tour. I was in the South African youth choir.
Wow.
And it was a mixed choir.
Ren.
And we went to sing in a competition in Prague, right? And we went to Rome, and we got given a day out, right? And so some of us went to get ice cream, and then as we got to the ice cream place and we were going to order ice cream, there was a very rebellious girl with us. She was like a rebel girl,
the wild one.
Yeah, and we were
she rebel against getting some ice cream.
Yeah, well, she rebelled against everything because then we got to the ice cream and we were like, so what ice cream do you want? And she was like, I don't want ice cream. I'm going to get a tattoo. And she just disappeared and went to get a tattoo.
Who doesn't want ice cream? Dang.
We were like 15.
Have a tattoo instead. Kids, ice cream or tattoo?
It was good times. It was good times.
Did she get a tattoo of ice cream?
Screw that. Okay.
No, she got a tattoo of like a music note above her ankle. It was actually quite nice.
Yeah, that is cool.
Quite a cute little tattoo. But I'm sure her dad like lost his mind when she got back. He entrusted her to like go on this choir tour and she comes back with a tattoo.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
First
But
time
listen-
out of the country, comes back with a tattoo. Very well done.
But listen, I have a really great tiramisu recipe.
Ooh.
It's an African tiramisu. I make it with amarula instead of coffee.
What's amarula?
Yeah. Amarula is like an African fruit that ferments. Like the fruit falls off the trees, and well, this is the myth of it all. Like the marketing behind it is the fruit like ferments, and then elephants eat the fruit and get like drunk from the fruit.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if this is true or not, but yeah, this is it's
I
a very
thought-
delicious.
Yeah, it's of
kind
the
of
baobab tree,
Kex,
right?
it's kind of like Bailey's a little bit, but a different type of flavor, but the same sort of vibes as Bailey's. Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah, so good, so good.
I'll eat it.
Bro, I'll make it for you one day, Doc. Don't you worry.
Nice.
I'll make it for you one day. We'll have an African tiramisu, bro.
You know what a
Amazing.
great Italian ice cream is? Do you know that brand? It's stracciatella.
Dude, that one's
Yes.
so
That
good.
that is just, pretty much vanilla ice cream, I guess,
Oh, I
or
would
yogurt.
Yeah.
say it's vanilla.
And then you have
And then like
chocolate.
ripples of chocolate, right?
Yeah, ripples of chocolate in there.
Oh, so good.
Oh, man.
So good.
Yeah. Oh, and they also had that's not very traditional, but they had also Nutella ice cream, where it's vanilla,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
on top you got a layer of Nutella.
Dude,
Yeah.
I got some
Oh.
peanut butter, was it Snickers flavor in Rome, and it was just amazing.
Oh.
Even though,
Gentlemen,
yeah,
this is upsetting me, okay?
Why?
Because I have resisted. Okay, I got to admit something. Okay, ever since I got back to Seattle, I kind of got onto I got onto the Twix train
the Twix
a
treat.
little bit. Yeah,
Oh,
Twix
really?
is a chocolate, right? You know,
chocolate
that's
bar?
like Kit Kat chocolate.
Twix, yeah.
I walk every day for like 40 minutes, and I walk past the corner store, the co-op, and
then
for
you
the
get a
last couple
double
weeks,
Twix?
I've been going in and getting a double Twix and been slamming that Twix, dude.
Yeah,
It's
doesn't
you know,
show.
but
You
it's
lost
getting bad
weight.
though. It's getting bad though.
Oh.
So I gave up the Twix like 4 days ago. Now you people talking about ice cream. I'm gonna have to go. The co-op closes in like 15 minutes.
no.
I have to go. I need a Magnum in the face
No.
immediately. It's Saturday
wha-
night. I'm having a Magnum. It's
While you're
happening.
there, get some golden kiwis.
There's no golden kiwis in
Trust
the
me.
co-op, dude. Co-op doesn't have golden kiwis. You're lucky
Trust
to get an
me.
apple in the co-op, dude.
Dude, I told it in my chat before, right? I never had big issues with weight gain or blah blah blah, but I lost like 3 or 4 pounds because I replaced all my snacks with kiwi. like literally every time I want to eat chocolate or some craving, I'm like, come on, let's slam down a kiwi.
Dude,
Karin the
chocolate
other day
bar is like at least 250 calories. A kiwi's like 50.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, chocolate
you know,
bar's so bad. So
And the
bad.
other day, Karin literally goes like, man, did you start working out again? Your arms look so defined. It's like, the kiwi, that's literally the only thing I
Your
changed.
arms look defined. What
Yeah,
the
my
heck,
arms
dude?
look defined, and she gave me that look, like that look, like if you didn't have a kid,
Yeah.
now you, it's like, yeah, my man can dream.
Check out them striations, Doc. Those them
Yeah.
striations,
The
man.
striations,
Damn.
striations came back. Yeah,
False, I don't know what to tell you.
I could tell a little at the belly. I lost a little bit. I could tell. Then I immediately can see. Yeah. The kiwi effect. Trust me.
Yeah.
It will change your life. You also be healthy.
Okay,
more
I'm gonna try.
attractive.
Doc, I'm gonna try. Look, I'll go to M&S. It's probably the only place you can get stinking golden kiwis. I'll go see. If they're super expensive, I'm not getting them though. Okay, I'm not paying like
There
2
are-
quid for a kiwi, dude.
No, there should be around 90 to a pound.
90p a kiwi.
Maybe. Right? What are they?
Bruh, I'm not
Eggs,
paying
something
90p
like that?
for a kiwi.
If I
Maybe
remember
six-
correctly,
wait.
the co-op, a pack of 4 is like £2.30, I think.
Okay. That's real. You see?
But the
Sounds
co-op,
like-
Brent,
Alright.
is your co-op like terrible with stocking the shelves? It's like random.
Yeah, it's like a tiny co-op. It's a 7-Eleven co-op. It's not a real
Yeah.
co-op.
All the
Yeah.
co-ops I go into, it feels like their shelves are just random a lot of the time. Like they just can't
Yeah.
keep consistent stock. Hi, Falls.
Hi, Falls.
Hi,
Hello.
False.
Howdy.
Falls, have
What
you
about
Yellow-
tried
these
it?
guys? Have you
Yellow
tried a red
or
kiwi?
green?
Wait,
Yellow
red
or
kiwi's my
green?
favorite.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
tried it.
Wait,
Did
there's
you
a
just-
I
red
think
kiwi?
that's a
See?
marketing scam.
Wait,
Yes.
what?
Well,
Yes.
I mean, I was painting them red. That was me.
Yeah.
Does it work?
No, there is actually
It's
really
pretty
red
exotic.
kiwi. There are. I thought,
That's
but
a,
in
that's
my
a genetic
opinion,
abomination, surely, though.
I
Okay, well,
don't
I'm
know.
gonna have to start making blue kiwis then.
in my opinion, the red kiwi just literally tastes like the green kiwi. Just looks red. I couldn't
Yeah.
taste any difference. Did you taste the difference?
Yeah.
Really?
What fruit has the most color variations?
I mean, I've not had it, so you know, I don't really.
Oh, you didn't.
What fruit is the
I
most
was,
color
I was trying to
variation?
come up with
Yeah.
a random, like, non-existent kiwi, but then
like
apparently
apples are red and
exists.
green,
Yeah, it does exist. The red
Grapes are
kiwi.
green and red.
and
Peaches are like there's lots of different
Apples?
types of peaches, right? They range between like orange, yellow, red, white. Yeah, you get white
Yo, what
peaches.
about
Yeah, peaches are like
melons?
melons are
Melons?
so
Like,
good. I was about to
watermelon
say
is green. and then you
green
got-
melons in Spain with parma ham. Oh my good lord, so good.
Why you keep on bringing up Parma ham? Parma ham is Italian.
I mean, whatever the Spanish version is.
I think Iberico. Yeah,
How
That's
do
the
you
one,
get
Iberico.
black
Serrano?
and
Yes, that
yellow
one.
grapes.
Serrano.
And
Yeah.
Serrano, yeah.
Yeah. But there's
but
loads of
Parma,
genetic abominations though that have like made fruit loads of different colors.
What about bananas? Didn't they used to
Banana-
be
bananas are
like
good.
straight?
Yeah,
and then they
bananas have
curved
been.
them
You
so
can
you could hold them?
here. There is a thing. It's called fair
Oh.
trade. I think you guys have that too in the UK, right?
Yeah, we got
Fair-
fair trade. Yeah,
fair
yeah.
trade, and there is actually fair trade bananas, and they are the tiny ones. They are literally like
The little
miniature
baby ones.
bananas. Yeah, they're like
Yeah.
baby bananas, more sweet and so on. But they're
I
really
like
good.
those ones. So you can eat them in one bite, dude. You just like
Yeah.
ram it in and it's done.
Yeah, but
have to, like,
problem with
bother
them
about
is
chewing and
If you
stuff,
buy
you know?
them, you got to eat them
Ain't
quick.
Ain't nobody got
because-
time for that.
Ren,
Yeah.
that's okay. A weird thing to admit on
But-
the internet, but okay, you do you.
Did you ever eat? Do you like kiwi in general, Falsey?
You know what? I actually bought kiwi the other day.
Yeah.
Aha.
And because I hadn't had it in ages, and then I was like, you know what? No, it's got like a tingly.
Yeah,
vibe.
dude, it's
Tart.
tart.
Was
I'm
it-
not.
was
I'm not
it-
a fan of
It
the
is a little-
kiwi. I don't
Was
like
it
the
green?
kiwi.
Got a
Was it
tingle.
green kiwi though?
Yeah, it was green. Well, yeah,
It is
that's what we
tingly.
have, I think.
Try the yellow kiwi. It's a different thing. There's no
Yeah, the yellow
tingliness from
one
it.
is really like sweet in
Wait,
comparison.
Bro,
I was
Doc, are
am I
you
allergic to this?
sponsored
Why
by
is it
the-
tingly?
The Italian kiwi mafia
What are
or
they called
something.
again?
What's going on here with all this
Vesperio's line?
kiwi selling, bro?
I'm looking it up right now if there's any other kiwis. I think they were the only ones.
Yo, Doc,
Zespri.
you gotta
What?
try slicing a kiwi into some Greek yogurt.
Wait,
That's
Ooh.
Italian
fantastic.
red
Yeah,
kiwi.
That
Lovely.
actually sounds pretty good. I
Yes.
like
Italian
that.
red kiwi
Good.
just came up. What the heck?
Yeah, there is red kiwi.
Yeah,
They
there is
exist.
a red
I've gotta look it
kiwis.
up
They
too.
exist, false.
Dude, they
I
sell
don't
red
believe
kiwi.
this.
Dude, if
There's
Kiwi
There
would
is
do
such a
some
thing as a red
sponsoring,
kiwi.
I would sell out my soul for
Ooh.
them. Big Kiwi, hit me up.
Dude, they don't sell yellow. Oh no, golden. It's golden or
Just-
red.
Dude, they're like
Change
red
your
on the
skin to a
inside.
kiwi, dude.
Yeah, they're red in
It's
the
The
I've
giant
seen
inside.
this
kiwi
somewhere
dog with a
before.
red eye.
Yo,
They have a
there it
red
is
tinge
again,
to it.
Vesperio's.
There's like the center is like reddish, and then they go into fade into greenish
So
towards
what
the
am I
outside.
getting? Golden or red?
Golden,
What's the-
golden, golden.
Okay,
I want to
golden.
try the red one though. That's like a blood kiwi. That sounds
Like,
like
if the golden's good, it's
pretty metal, dude. That's like the most metal of all the
It's a
kiwis.
crime
Okay.
kiwi.
I'm sold.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Who's
it's
getting?
funny.
What commission are you getting from the kiwi gods? Or
Yeah,
Nothing,
okay.
but I wish I would. Dude, I've been
I'm looking at my
promoting
kiwis
the kiwi.
now. I think I've been eating Ginny Gold
You're looking at the
kiwis.
kiwis.
Yeah.
Why are they in the room with you?
They're like fat.
Oh,
Fat
that-
kiwis.
Yeah, they're like fill
Yeah,
out
they're
into
really
more
big.
of a rectangular shape.
Doc's getting excited over there thinking about the
Yes.
damn kiwis.
Yeah, the yellow kiwis are also generally a little bit more girthy, like
No.
the green ones.
We need
the
to
heck?
get
That's-
kiwis in Minecraft.
We need
Yes.
kiwis in
Wait,
Minecraft.
get
True.
on it. Give
Yeah,
some
because
real
stupid
Minecraft, though.
flying guest. All I want is a kiwi bush. You know,
Yeah, let's get a
instead-
kiwi going.
I was
They
already
grow on
com-
bushes, do they?
Wait,
on-
no,
I
they've
think-
got to be tree
Yeah,
fruit.
they
It's
look
a
like
surely.
tree,
little
and then
orchard trees is
there's
what I'm saying.
vines. I think people explained it to me
Yeah.
like this. Like there's the tree, and then there's vines growing down off the trees, and on the vines the kiwis grow.
Doc, have you
Oh,
ever
wow.
consumed a guava?
Yes.
Guavas
Not
are
a
good.
fan.
My grandfather had a
kiwis
guava
grow
farm.
from
We
the
used to
vine?
eat guavas.
Or does the vine
Wait,
sort of
we
grow
can
out of the
grow
tree?
it. We can grow
Yeah, the
them in
vine-
the UK. What the heck?
The vine grows out of the tree, and then
And then
Oh,
the
okay.
kiwis
kiwi
grow out
Yeah,
of the
well,
vine.
That's
Ren, you're
wild.
growing a kiwi tree.
I do not like kiwis. I will not
you
grow
don't?
kiwis.
Okay, well, I don't think I like them either, but you know.
They're too tart.
no,
You know, that-
try the
Tart,
golden kiwi.
That's sugar.
Yeah. No, it's like
You know?
it makes your mouth, it makes your whole face scrunch up when you eat a
Yeah.
kiwi. You know what I'm saying?
If the
I
yellow
don't-
ones don't do that, then I'm sold on the yellow ones. The golden ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't do it.
I'll-
I think they don't do it. I mean, I think it's the perfect fruit. It has this sweetness and a nice, it's everything is good about it. It's
Yeah,
just the
I'm with
best
Doc on
fruit.
this. Kiwis are amazing.
Bro, if the Golden Kiwi Company ever needs a spokesman, Doc, you're the man. I'm
Listen,
telling you, they need to get
Also-
you in there, bro.
And if you ever need another storyline, it's gonna be Kiwi lovers against Kiwi haters.
So we should work out who we are now.
The
right?
great
Before we try the
Kiwi
Kiwis.
war of season 11.
Yeah. Do you guys like nachos?
Say what?
Oh yeah.
The what? The one?
Nachos?
You mean lychees?
No,
There are
nachos.
lychees. I only
No,
know
cheese?
No, nachi. It's a peelable, or it's a mandarin. A mandarin,
Oh,
like
no,
you know
no.
the very easily peeled little tiny
Oh,
oranges.
No,
they
orange
usually
things?
easy, easy peel ones.
Easy
Oh,
peelings, yeah.
yes.
For weirdos.
I just get those. Oh,
Yeah, those are
I-
good.
I'm a weirdo.
Those are good.
Okay.
What about
I see.
lychees though? You guys like
lychees
lychees?
are-
Lychees are
No.
good.
The lychees, aren't they?
Yeah, lychees.
Lychees, lychees.
They smell
They're
like
kind
feet.
they're slimy though. I don't
I
like the
got one.
texture of the
Nah.
lychee.
I got
Yeah.
one.
They're
And
feet.
some
What- how
they
do you
like to
guys-
have
how
a
do you guys
relatively
feel
big
about
core at
canned
the middle,
fruit?
right?
Canned fruit,
What?
oh, yeah.
Canned
Oh,
fruit.
canned
I'm-
fruit.
Yeah.
Canned
lazy,
peaches.
Yeah,
Love them.
sliced
Yeah.
peaches,
Canned peaches are
fruit
real good.
cocktail.
Yeah, canned peaches
stuff
is
is
fruit
nice.
cocktail.
And sometimes like pineapple is actually also not too bad canned.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, that's
know?
another
Pineapple's good
French
canned,
dessert that I like a lot, right? The upside down like canned peach thing. They like cook it upside down or whatever. Chat knows what I'm talking about. It's like cooked in a pan and it kind of caramelizes these fruit, and then it has like a pastry thing on the top or whatever.
That sounds
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
and a mi-
Yeah.
Like
Maybe
pancakes.
maybe I dreamt this. I don't
I don't
know.
know what they're called. Yeah, they're like tarts. Fruit tarts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Upside down
A
cajou
tarte
cake.
tatin. Yeah, that's what it's called. A tarte
Tatin,
tatin. A tarte tatin.
Yes.
A tarte tatin.
Pineapple upside down cake, people are calling it. Yeah, upside down cake. Yeah,
Upside
that
down
sounds
cake.
good.
Okay, yeah, upside down cake.
Yes. That's good
Oh,
stuff.
dude, I'm so hungry now. I'm gonna have to. I have to go get a Twix. I need a
No,
Twix.
you're
No.
not
I have to.
Resist
No.
Fred,
We're having a
resist.
You're
food
not allowed.
conversation. You can't
Hey,
talk about
was
food
Twix
quick.
called Raider back in the days in the UK too?
Might have been.
That's a different one, isn't it?
Yeah,
Over to the
I
Brits.
would have guessed different, but they do have a history of changing
No,
names.
it's the same thing. And then, like in 2000 something, it got renamed in Germany to Twix 2. And then they had this huge marketing campaign. Raider is now Twix.
Oh,
But it was literally called
Oh, it must have
Raider.
been. Oh, okay,
Like
interesting.
What
Interesting.
about like candies
Raider.
and crisps and stuff
Like
that
this.
It
like
is, yeah,
they
you're
no
right.
longer make? Like something from your childhood. There's like that one candy
Ghost
bar.
Pops, dude.
Ghost Pops?
What the heck is a ghost pop?
Ghost Pops, dude.
Gotta look that
An
up.
invisible.
Oh, man.
MSG balls of goodness.
I saw.
That's
I
how I
don't
describe
see
it.
them
We
anymore.
describe a ghost
But
pop.
what are these
Ooh,
giant
like
candy
Simba.
called? Like, there are.
Simba chips too, man.
You know, there's
Yeah,
what is
so
it
good.
called?
Ghost
These
Pops.
giant candies that are made out of layers and layers of sugar over and
Gobstoppers.
over. You know those
Gobstoppers.
giant.
Yeah, gobstoppers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those
gobstoppers.
I don't see them in the shops
Did anyone
much
ever finish a
anymore.
gobstopper?
I think
though?
they've broken a lot of teeth
I
over
don't
the years.
Jaw-
Jawbreakers. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
break.
jawbreakers.
Just threw
Jawbreakers.
them away after a
Dude.
while.
I had one the other day. I found them in the shops. I couldn't believe it. Have you ever had aniseed balls?
Oh, I hate aniseed.
Yeah,
No,
it's
No,
a
but that
love-hate-
sounds
Don't
horrible.
know.
It's a love-hate
It's,
sweet.
it's like licorice, isn't it? I hate licorice. Ugh.
It probably is.
For all the
similar
South
to
African
licorice, yeah.
South Africans in chat, Tempo Bar. Ooh, man, that was a good chocolate. Tempo bar.
Tempo.
It was kind of
Yeah,
like
that-
a bar one
Yeah.
or a Mars bar, but with like a more solid like interior. It was good stuff.
Nah. Need
We have
dairy
a
milk.
bunch of established candy bar brands. Like,
Classic.
okay, we have like Kit Kat, right? Then,
Yeah, Kit Kat, always a winner.
Then Mars, Twix.
Twix,
And then there's
Bar
a pretty
One.
German thing. It's
Milky
like
Way.
Milky Way. Yeah. Then we got Knoppers. Do you know Knoppers?
Nah.
Knoppers.
Cannot.
Not heard that one.
What is that?
It's called Knoppers. It's more.
What's a
it's
Knoppers?
You have it's waffle, some milk cream, then hazelnut cream, and then chocolate.
Damn,
on
dude,
top.
that sounds
And it's
pretty
like,
good.
and it's
Sounds
like
similar,
it's
but not
advertised
the name.
as a breakfast snack. They advertise like Knoppers, das Frühstückchen. Knoppers, the little
I'm
breakfast.
sold. I don't know what it means, but I'm sold.
What about Ferrero Rocher? I like those hazelnut
Oh.
balls.
Oh yeah.
Those
We got
things are
them
good,
too.
man.
Hazelnut with chocolate is a great mix.
Oh, such
The
a good
Milky
combo.
Way. Do you guys have Milky Way? Oh, yeah,
Got
Yeah.
Milky Way, yeah.
Yeah.
But we got
Wait,
Cadbury's, man.
Kinder.
We got the
Kinder
best chocolate in the world. Cadbury's is
Oh,
is the
Kinder
is the
used to
best
be.
chocolate,
Used to
hands
be.
down.
Kinder's
They've
pretty
been
good.
changing the recipe.
Oh, you reckon X? It's been changing.
It's a scandal. You go look it up. They've been changing the recipe over the years, cutting corners. It's nowhere near as good as it used to be.
Oh, that
Cadbury's
is
used to
very
be
bad
killer when I
news.
was a kid.
That's terrible news.
Have you tried Tony's chocolate?
Which one?
What?
Tony's?
Oh, I've seen
Tony's?
those. Yeah, I think I've.
Nope.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
don't
maybe
have
here in
them.
Europe, but
Dude, the one I really like
Here-
are those
I've not
little
tried that.
circular balls.
In
They're
Germany,
like, the
there's
main
two
flavor
brands.
is red.
Yeah.
Do you know the ones I'm on about?
my favorite is bread.
Yeah, here in Germany,
bread.
Sorry,
Bread
like,
flavored
coloured
chocolate.
packages. They're like, I think
What?
they're called Lindor or something. And
Yeah,
they're like
Lind.
these
Oh,
little
Lind.
balls.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lindt. Oh, Lindt
And
is
they've
so
got
good.
the
Bread
smoothest
flavour.
chocolate on the
So
inside.
good.
It's crazy.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
Lindt is so good.
Yeah, I
I
like
Here
love
in
those
Germany,
ones.
like
oh,
we
they're
have
so good.
the three main chocolate brands is Milka. That is the biggest.
Milka's
There's-
really
yeah,
good.
the Milka cow.
Yeah.
That's a purple brand, and then Lindt
Yeah.
and Lindt chocolate. That's Swiss though. That's
Yeah.
Swiss.
Oh,
Yeah, those
Swiss.
two.
Oh, they're so
Yeah.
good.
Doc,
Lind's
have
a
you
bit
had
fancy for me.
Gunkernoodle?
Gunkernoodle?
Gunkernoodle.
Germknödel.
What's a Gunkernoodle?
It's an Austrian dish, but
Yeah,
you know, Austria and
Germknödel.
Germany are close.
Yeah. Of course, I had it. Yeah,
I-
there's. Yeah.
I think I prefer
Dude, that-
Azima's
I do
pronunciation.
not like it.
Gunkernoodle.
Which version did we have? The
Gunkernoodle.
sweet order. The
Gunkernoodle.
sweet.
Gunkernoodle.
No, it's like this.
Germ-
Germknödel. Like this.
That's the one. Gunkernoodle.
There we go.
Germ, that sounds even worse. Like a germ.
Which
I think it needs
version
to
did you have
rebrand to
though?
Gunkernoodle,
Like, did
to
you
be
have
honest.
the spicy one or the like sweet with the vanilla sauce?
Oh, sweet with vanilla sauce.
What the heck?
I didn't like it. It's very stodgy.
I don't even know what this dish is.
It's an art to make them well. Okay, they
Yeah?
only taste great if you make a caramelized crust at the bottom of them, and it takes a very long time. And the ones you can buy,
When's the next pack opening?
only grandmas can make them well. That's
When
something.
is
Yeah,
it?
I had them on the slopes.
I need to complete
they
another
bring them
quest,
out
False.
pretty
It's not
fast.
going to
I haven't got
happen.
any pack slippers, so I need to live through you.
What?
I don't even care about magic, so. Yeah.
So Azima and Doc, I found a way to motivate myself.
Yo, Bob,
It's
to
really
build.
working. Yeah, you're doing well.
Checking
If I,
out your
motivation.
I
idea
make
with
myself a
the
quest. If I complete the quest, I get to
drowned
open the
zombie
Magic
farm, but I
the
just couldn't
Gathering
figure out how
booster
to do
pack.
it.
Really?
Yeah.
It's worked
And
once.
what was
and
your
now
last
never
quest?
again.
Standing here in the middle of the
Standing
X?
still.
Or what?
No, I had
Like an
to
hour?
like I had to terraform around my new base extension, which I did, and then I got to open a booster pack, which I did, and it was magical.
And then it ended.
Nice. Did you get
Yeah.
something good?
So you do.
Oh yeah,
work
I got something
in-game,
good for my day.
And then you
so
open
I'm happy.
a pack of cards. Is that?
Yeah, exactly. We're combining two very nerdy things into one
Can I come up
incredibly
with the
nerdy
task,
stream.
though?
It's wonderful.
Can I
What?
come up with the task that you
You
do,
can
and
co-
then
okay, sure.
You can open a pack. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll make it difficult.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Clean
gotta
up my
be,
chess
you know,
monster. That should be the task.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I'm gonna,
Everyone's
yeah,
got
I'm
a
gonna,
chess
I'm gonna
monster
give you
somewhere.
a,
I got to clean up
yeah.
my own chess monster before I clean up someone else's chess monster.
Dude, I was poking around in your chess monster when I heard you guys talking and came over here.
Yeah. And thoughts?
I don't know, but you know how it is. Like you see a pile of chests and you just seem to want to go poke. You know what I mean?
And hey,
Like,
by the
who
way,
here
you can only
doesn't
poke
walk past
around in
someone
his
else's
monster
chess monster and
with
start looking
consent.
through it?
X.
I always have a little. I always have a
Yeah.
little gander.
Every
Yeah, always have a
Minecrafter
little look.
does. Every Minecrafter
Yep.
does.
hmm
Sorry, Doc. You were addressing me there.
Not me. I have no chess monster.
Oh, good man.
Yeah.
Good man.
Yeah,
No,
but
I make
you're one of the cool kids.
Doc,
Okay.
I
No, I
played
actually
your
do
game,
have
by
one.
the way.
Wow.
I played your snot game.
You did?
And
Yeah.
it, like, I got the idea of it, but I didn't realize
Snot
that you
game.
had to actually get a bullseye. And so I really fluffed up my score.
I saw.
Yeah,
It's all
X.
good.
Well done. You
Oh,
got
nice.
one.
I keep forgetting to play one shot. Oh my goodness.
One snot.
I got 11.
Yeah.
So
I keep forgetting to play. It's
yeah.
on my list.
it's actually hard.
Don't
though.
worry.
It's not as easy as it looks. It's
Yes.
actually quite difficult, especially
There's
if
a
you
lot
don't
to
get to practice. The first time you do it, if you can do it 5 times, you'll nail
That's
it.
what
But
I'm saying, I
like
keep forgetting.
getting it right the first time is rough.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's
hard.
but that's the idea behind it. I want to do something simple.
Yeah,
where
it's awesome
like
idea.
we always have this tendency to try hard, right? Remember, like whenever we have games, right? somebody in the group will go nuts and just try hard the living hell out of it. And then eventually no other hermits will have a chance to compete anymore because one or a few got really good.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. So I thought, okay,
That is
this a quick thing, you know, is just spontaneous and boom.
No, it's great.
Unfortunately-
It's a great idea. Oh, Xisuma, did you make rock paper scissors, by the way?
I think that was Cup Fan.
Cup.
Oh, Cub
Cub
made
Fan,
rock
I
paper scissors.
swore
Okay,
I
yeah,
thought
Frost
it
and I
was
played
so
that this
good.
week. It was actually so good. Like, it's so well made.
People are throwing all kinds of people under the bus in chat. Iso, Javin, Tango, Pearl. Like every hermit is somehow.
Why don't people put their names on the things that they make? Just put your name on it.
Everybody is tryharding here and there. You know, they were talking about tryhards on the server. Hey, like nobody is immune from tryharding, okay?
I would
like, for
never.
example, no.
No. No, I've
Speaking
never
of which,
done
I need to go get top score at your bow game at some point. Forgot about that. At
Oh,
the
yeah.
Vine
Oh,
shop.
I
Yeah,
That
Yeah,
game
yeah,
is
yeah,
great.
yeah.
Yeah,
I went
that
a
game
little
is
bit
awesome.
try hard for a while on that, and it was good
The
fun.
Vine one.
Yeah,
Are you
yeah,
top
it was-
score?
I did quite a lot.
Are you
of
top
runs.
score?
Dude.
I've also forgotten the name of it. That's how much I've forgotten that I've even made it.
It's some
Dude, the last time I got
something.
dragged in.
Dude, are we all
Like,
like,
I
are we all,
try-harded.
struggling with memory more lately? I feel like it's
Yes,
We
we're
are.
getting older.
We are,
And
dude.
we're
That's
all
always been
collectively.
me. That's always.
Yeah, well, because we're collectively getting older. I mean, most of us are approaching
Wow.
25 by now.
I
you
know,
what I
right?
mean?
We're
So-
getting
Can
so
I-
old.
Can I unsubscribe from that? Can I
I'm
not
turning
collectively?
7 this year. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Again.
Brutal.
7. Jeez.
you know.
You're
Yeah,
an
dude,
old
I
man.
know, right?
Already.
I know, right?
Going back
So
again.
When I turned 7 last year, I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm turning 7 next year.
No, but you know, last
Crazy.
time I was tryharding was when we had TCG season 1. I was tryharding
Dude,
brutally.
Someone was
Yeah.
reminding me
And,
in my chat of
decked
the
out too.
button in season 7.
Oh,
You went, you
Oh,
went
the
total
button.
try
That's
hard
a,
on
no, that's
that.
a try hard.
oh yeah.
That's we don't talk about the button.
Yes.
We don't
Yeah,
talk
that
about
was
the
We
button.
do
fucking-
talk
yeah.
about try hards.
We were as guinea pigs. In his
Yeah,
experiment.
but other than that, yeah, I like, yeah, I didn't get sucked into the kitchen stuff this time around. Like I played once with Cleo, and she was so mad
The
at me
kitchen stuff.
that
you
didn't play
playing
again.
with Cleo was hilarious. I loved that. That was a great moment.
Dude, I literally played the bow challenge with Cleo for like after 2 minutes we were arguing who has the most mean father. I don't know what's wrong with us. The pettiness.
Oh, father, wait.
Yeah,
I was just,
father.
I was
Paul's
just, you know,
father.
she was,
It's father, Paul's.
I'm still holding my, I'll die on that hill. I did nothing wrong. She was playing the game, right? I was just next to her and trying to encourage her, giving her little tips, and then she literally goes like, "You like my father?" It's like, what? I'm just trying to give you hints, and then she scored 0, and I was not allowed to say anything anymore. It's like, see, yeah, it's a long story. In the end, I won. My
Rough
dad
times,
is for
dude.
sure more mean.
Bro, I gotta put my magic cards in sleeves, man. These things are fresh out the pack. You know?
Wait,
They
can
need
we
to be
not join you for? Can we like? Is it a thing where like more people give you luck? If we sit in? Do you
No,
remember?
we're not opening up another pack tonight. No. That's gonna have to wait for the next one. Dude, I gotta make this
How much
pack.
is one
I gotta
pack?
make this box last. This is a collector's booster box, dude. These are like $30 a pack. I
Dude, I
think.
thought you were opening like our TCG cards. You
No,
promoting Magic?
no.
I mean,
Yeah.
You're not showing
They
off.
look- they
The
look
real
pretty,
deal. I mean,
Dude,
every
you know
place.
how many TCG cards I cracked
Season
before
3.
Seattle on stream? A lot. Loads.
What?
I none.
Of the
You're
Hermitcraft
hooked,
ones?
Ren.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
That
dude,
may have. Yeah, that
Hey,
was one.
it's so
I
funny
have
because I
my
thought Joe and
TCG
Cub were gonna try hard real hard, right? But they brought like, so I went nuts, dude. I spent days crafting the most perfect competitive TCG decks. My TCG decks are like stone cold killers, perfectly mathematically
Wait,
like
did you win every round?
completely like mathematically aligned correctly. These things are insane.
Ren,
Cub
are they doing a
Cub
Final
didn't
Fantasy
even have
crossover?
sleeves on his cards, dude.
Are they doing a Final Fantasy crossover on
freaking
Magic?
They are,
Nerds,
yeah.
man.
Oh.
Final
No,
Fantasy crossover.
with my
That sounds
TCG
pretty
cards, they are still in the original package how the postman gave them to me. Not, they are sitting there. I can literally pick them up. They're right here next to my desk.
Yeah.
I've never unboxed
Right,
them.
Doc's
Never
opening a
touched them.
pack. Let's go.
Yeah,
No,
Doc's
hell
opening
no.
a pack. Let's go.
No,
Crack
I'm
it.
keeping them You know, and then one day, if this whole thing collapses,
You're
I'll
gonna
go to
start becoming
eBay
TCG.
and I'll be rich.
And I'll be rich.
I'll get rich of TCG cards. I got all them rare ESO signature cards and everything, man. No, I
I've
guess
got
after
a
that.
signed Evo photo.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Nice. That's very
I'm
nice.
not allowed to sell it though.
no.
I want one
you
of
gotta
those.
keep that under
But
wraps.
seriously,
Just
there
ask
were
Evo,
some.
send
That's
you one.
the thing, right, guys? When
Who's
chat,
Evo?
you were listening when we were talking about the TCG. One of the things we talked about and were concerned about was second-hand market that people would
Yeah.
speculate and charge really crazy prices. But yeah, that's something we have no control over. That's why we're trying to put a lot of signed cards out there, right? That so everybody can get one,
Yeah.
and it's not like this artificial value to it. But still, we see that too. Well, we saw on eBay and so on. There was cards going for several $100 there or so, and
Yeah, you're never
that's
going to
of course-
stop that. Nothing you can do
Yeah.
about it.
Don't buy those, man.
Yeah, that's all
You
we can
know.
do really is like encourage people not to. Like we want you to
Yeah.
keep that $700, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for sure,
Exactly.
like rather, if you have some TCG cards, if you can make it to one of the conventions or whatever, bring them along, right?
Yeah,
You can
do some
get
trading.
signatures,
Yeah.
or trade. A lot of people are trading. There is an active trading community around TCG as well.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
still going on.
Yeah.
As well. I still
Yeah,
see
yeah,
people
yeah,
trading a bunch.
Yeah, how long have we been chatting
Yeah.
here for?
40 minutes. Yeah, I need to
Jeez,
skedaddle,
like-
everybody.
No,
It's
you're
been
not
a
that
40
quick.
minutes. I need to go get a Twix, dude.
You
I
can't,
need
dude.
I
If
need
you have
Twix.
that,
No.
I'm not talking to you.
You
I
cannot
need
have
it.
a Twix.
I must
No.
have the
Go
Twix.
grab a. What fruit have you got in the like?
I got
Golden
blueberries.
tea.
I can
Yeah, have some
get
blueberries.
a bunch of blueberries and some nuts. I'll have
Yeah,
some
and then
blueberries
that's
and some
it.
nuts.
That sounds healthy.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Sounds better than a Twix. to be
blueberries are
No,
also
but a
great.
Twix though, or a Magnum though, dude. A
honest.
Magnum.
Dude, a white
choc-
chocolate Magnum.
Resist,
The
friend,
white
resist.
chocolate
Come on
bar.
now. Now we're
No,
talking.
no, stop,
Now
stop.
we're
No,
we're
no.
cooking.
Right,
No.
I'm gonna bounce, guys.
But yeah,
It's always a
anyway,
pleasure.
it's bounce time. Are you both still,
Okay.
anyone still streaming for raiding or is
No,
it?
I want
is that
to
all-
raid you. You
No,
you
don't
stream.
raid me. I'm
I'm going
finishing.
as well.
No, you,
I'm done.
no, you.
We're all finishing. No, we're all finishing.
I was done a while ago.
Well,
Oh,
start
okay.
your
Who do
stream
we-
again.
who do we
We'll all
raid?
raid you.
Are you streaming, X?
I am. but
X is
I've
also
got
streaming.
around
We're all
to
streaming.
play it.
Everyone's streaming. We're all streaming.
Oh my god.
Yo, should
don't
we
think
do,
there's
then
any
let's
other
all
option.
raid
someone
some
together?
small.
Do you all
Okay.
know, like, a
Yeah, let's
channel?
raid somebody small on Twitter, okay, and surprise them. How about that?
Go on, find us a really small channel.
Small
Okay,
streamer, yeah, I'm
find us
looking.
one. Find us one.
Right, no one's allowed to
I'm
just
shout
gonna say
out.
goodbye
If
real
you're
quick,
watching, you
one
got to
sec.
stick around and be a part of this.
Yeah, wait.
Yeah.
Let's
part
do
of the deal.
something wholesome. Back
Gotta
to
do some
Twitch.
whole-
Okay,
yeah, I
I'm
was
picking
just about to say
somebody.
that, yeah.
Here, Minecraft. Where's categories? Minecraft. Okay. And now we're picking
Let's see
somebody
if I
that
know
has.
anyone.
Yes.
How are we gonna get the name from you? Are we gonna like spell it out?
I'll post it in our chat here. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, we
good
need
idea.
to look for
Oh
somebody.
yeah,
wholesome.
yeah. Send us the link. That's good.
We look for somebody wholesome. Somebody. Okay.
Dude,
Rate JoJo. Who's
I stopped
JoJo?
doing
Oh,
this
JoJo
because-
Solos.
wait, who's
Yeah, she's
JoJo?
great. Let's go rate
Okay.
JoJo.
I mean,
Okay.
we
What's?
can.
How do you
JoJo's
spell
not-
that? Can you write it? Like, is
Wait.
it like just like this?
Just JoJo.
JoJo Solos. Oh,
Oh,
wait.
wait.
Have you got someone called JoJo?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's not
Oh,
JoJo,
JoJo, I know
Solos,
JoJo.
Right.
No,
I know
JoJo
JoJo.
Solos. Okay.
JoJo.
Okay.
Wait,
Yeah,
know
okay.
JoJo.
I am so confused now. Who are we
We know
rating?
Yeah,
JoJo.
no, here. JoJo
We know JoJo.
Solos.
Got
Here.
it. Let's do it.
All right, you ready?
We know
Let's get
JoJo.
ready.
Yeah, we know JoJo.
Yeah.
JoJo's
Guys,
awesome.
say hi from the Hermitcraft to them, I guess, and yeah, see you
Yeah.
very soon. Thank you
Yeah.
so
He has a
much.
VTuber.
Sweet.
Thank you,
That's so
everyone.
cute.
Yeah.
I'll be
JoJo
streaming again
Solos.
tomorrow morning, peeps. That's gonna be
Yeah.
it. For me.
Sweet. Bye everyone.
Re-
Bye Doc stream. Bye Zuma stream.
bye,
Bye Ren
every-
stream. Bye Fall stream.
Bye, all your
Bye.
streams
Bye, everyone.
too. See ya.
Thanks, guys.
Enjoy the raid.
Bye.